SureShotPromotions.com.
But he had a rough first night, and so sit him out for a game, talk to him, show him some video, get him right back in there. You know, don't let him sit on the sidelines forever. Just get him right back in there, and then see how he responds. It's part of the maturation of a younger player. Even though he spent a few years in college, he's still young NHL-wise, and especially from the defensive standpoint. You know, here's what you need to do in order to be better. Here's the areas that you need to clean up. Here's all kinds of good clips that we've got from you and what you were doing when you're doing them well. You know, but here's some of the areas where you need to you know, just shore up. And he's going to have the confidence. So you're not worried about that, but it's a matter of doing it out on the ice. And he did it throughout a lot of that game. He almost had a goal there in the second period with a nice shot from the point, drag it, open up a lane, find the hole to get that puck through. Eyes are up the whole way, you know, seeing where he wants to shoot that puck in terms of whether you want to shoot for a tip, whether you want to try to shoot, you know, find the open ice there. But he's got that lateral movement and that good hockey IQ at the offensive blue line where he's able to do that. So defending, be hard on guys. That was a big story going into the game for those two guys to get back into the lineup, or, you know, Patra's first game of the season and Lori getting back in the lineup after missing the previous game.
Well, second matchup of the year already against the Florida Panthers. You go back to opening night. You mentioned a rough game one for a lot of folks. It was a 6-4 loss to these Florida Panthers down in Sunrise. And Montgomery says the key today is keeping the emotions a little bit in check.
I think we got to get back to playing hockey. You know, like, I love it that we have emotion and, you know, they're a rival. But at the same time, we got to be disciplined. We're taking too many penalties.
Yeah, you know, in that game against Florida, emotions were running high early. You know, they were chasing Kachuk all over the ice, chasing Bennett a little bit here and there. You know, those guys weren't responding in the way that the Bruins were hoping that they would respond. So you got to find another way, and you got to channel it and make sure that you get it back. But they were chasing that game the whole game, and they really were a step behind a lot of that game. There were pockets where it was pretty good, but a lot of it just wasn't there for them, and I think they all admitted that as much afterwards. And they're trying to get going now in the right direction, find their team game, and it should be a good challenge, even though the Florida Panthers are missing a couple of key players.
They are, and we'll get to that coming up on our pregame show. Meanwhile, talking about emotion, Cole Koepke and the fourth line have certainly brought that to the table here in the early going.
I think we've just been trying to play fast and play simple and stay connected. We play within the system, so we kind of have an idea of where one another is going to be the more and more we play together. And I think as long as we just keep advancing pucks and then just using our speed and size to try and wear teams down, hopefully we can continue to have success.
The fourth line has been impressive. You know, they've done their job and then some. Koepke's been a big factor in that. He's got a motor, right? That runs. He can skate. He moves. He makes smart plays. He's kind of come out of nowhere from our view, anyhow. I'm sure it's, you know, not the scouting aspect of it from the Bruins organization, but he's been a great surprise here in camp, and he continues to. He's had some good games here to start this season, and he's meshed well with Kaslik in the middle and Beecher on the other side. I mean, we talked about Beecher last game, how, okay, he's playing the left wing primarily, but he'll take some draws as well sometimes, and Kaslik will take he's a righty. But both those guys have had some big blocks in the D zone. You know, Beecher laid out for a couple of big blocks. We've seen Kaslik do it a couple of times. You know, Kaslik has dropped the gloves. He's been physical. So those guys have done their job, and they've helped get momentum for the Bruins when it seemed like they needed some, especially last game. Well, the last two games, but especially last game when you're watching it and saying they needed some jump. They need a little bit of a jolt, and I thought it was a fourth line that provided it. Good scoring chance after a cycle play down low. All of a sudden, the next couple of shifts, the Bruins looked like they started to get into that game a little bit more.
Well, as we continue on our Bruins pregame show ahead of the Bruins and the Florida Panthers, we'll take a look around the NHL, including Coach Derek Lalonde and the Red Wings taking on the Rangers today.
If you gave them easy offense, the type of talent they have, it could be a long night for us.
I'll visit with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery.
I think our execution and our effort has to be vastly improved. I think we have to be more disciplined. I think they got the better of us in the mental game last game.
And up next, we'll take a look at the Florida Panthers here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Attention all enthusiasts. It's the 38th Annual Sports and Card Memorabilia Show at the Shriners Auditorium. November 1st through the 3rd, sponsored by 98.5 The Sports Hub. Over 40 stars. Ray Borg, Crawley Fingers, Chris Hogan, Sony Michelle, Trot Nixon, and many more. November 1st through the 3rd. Visit SureShotPromotions.com.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I know, right? I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
Oh, no, I meant those blackout motorized shades. MVP of the room.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. Even you could do it.
Nice.
I installed these and then got some for my mom, too.
What, you fly across the country to do the install?
Nope. Blinds.com can do it all. All she had to do was pick what she wanted. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Look at you, Hall of Fame son.
Oh, I just picked the winning team. They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Oh, Blinds.com is the GOAT.
The GOAT!
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 45% off select styles and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Save up to 45% at Blinds.com. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
What up, y'all? It's Joe Budden, here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Season-long fantasy can take so much time, but on Prize Picks, I can pick a new lineup every day. The app is really simple to use. To create a lineup, pick more or less on at least 2 players. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineups hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match players from different sports. Combine your favorite players from football to basketball to hockey to WNBA. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. If your player goes down in the first half, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Now the Sabres bring it along, but that's just one of the performances that have been good on that side of things. As final seconds tick away, that's it for this one. The Panthers fall tonight in Buffalo, 5-2 the final score.
Back here on Bruins pregame as the Bruins and the Florida Panthers get ready to match up this afternoon here at TD Garden. And since we saw the Panthers on Tuesday night down in Sunrise, they have lost back-to-back games in Ottawa on Thursday 3-1 and then a 5-2 loss to the Buffalo Sabres on Saturday. They've also lost a couple of key players as Paul Maurice's team out without both Sasha Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk today.
Well, we've won a bunch of hockey games in the past without them in our lineup. We have to play a style of game that'll allow that to happen. We're not at that. I mean, I think we were in our first 2. We weren't tonight. Right? We didn't play a game that you can kind of survive without some guys out of your lineup. But I think we can get better at it.
Yeah, for Paul Maurice's team, it seems like, they had such a kind of an emotional first game. You know who you're playing against. You're at home. You're raising the banner. And they came out flying against the Bruins. There were a lot of things going on in that game. We know that. But, they were the better team. They looked really good. And then they had a pretty good game against Ottawa, in talking to some of their people. So that they had a pretty good game. Allmark played well. Ottawa had a ton of blocked shots. Ottawa's home opener. But they eventually lose that game to the Ottawa Senators. It was the Buffalo game that they're really disappointed about the way that they played. They thought that there were way too many holes in their game. But also in fairness, they lose 2 key players out of their lineup. Barkov got hurt at the very end of the Ottawa Senators game where he was racing for a loose puck with Tim Stützle. It was an empty net situation, so Stützle's going for the empty net. And Barkov's trying to back check on him. And as Stützle reached to get to the puck, they collided, slid into the boards, and it was ugly for Barkov. It sounds like it could have been a lot worse. They're saying now he seems like he's okay. but he's going to be out for a few weeks. But seems like he's going to be okay, and that's great news for Florida Panthers and for him. With Matthew Tkachuk, he missed their last game against the Sabres, undisclosed, so we're not sure how long he'll be out. And they could say anything there, but and they're not really giving much information on it. But he will not play here today. I'm sure there's a lot of fans that are disappointed in that.
They're calling it an illness that kept him out over the weekend, and as you said, won't be in the lineup today as well. Meanwhile, Adam Boqvist and the Panthers trying to get back to where they were in Game 1 of the season.
I think we just got to get back to the opening night against Boston. I think the intense was there. Obviously I haven't played too many games here, but watching from the playoffs last year, like how Florida Panther play hockey, it's not fun to play against. So, I think we got to get back to that and bring that tomorrow.
Yeah, I expect them to be better here in this game. I think the Bruins and Panthers kind of bring out the best in one another anyhow, no matter who's in your lineup. And they will have Bobrovsky back in there. It's worth mentioning Spencer Knight played that last game against the Buffalo Sabres, and I think it was the Sabres, correct? Yes. Yeah. And it was his first game back in the NHL for a couple of years now, or almost a couple of years. Good on him to be back. That's great to see. In talking to the Florida people, he was not great in that game, but everybody excited to see him back in there. But the Bruins will see Bobrovsky, of course, here today. A couple different, a few different lineup changes based on guys that are injured here with Barkov and Tkachuk. Looks like they might go to 7 defensemen again.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Maurice said this morning that he was going with 11 and 7 today, and Uvis Balinskis, who we saw on opening night as a defenseman, may see some shifts up front today for the Panthers. Well, as our pregame show continues, Tim McCone will give us a check of Sports Hub headlines coming up next, and then we'll go around the NHL here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Attention all enthusiasts. It's the 38th Annual Sports and Card Memorabilia Show at the Shriners Auditorium. November 1st through the 3rd, sponsored by 98.5 The Sports Hub. Over 40 stars. Ray Borg, Crawley Fingers, Chris Hogan, Sony Michelle, Trot Nixon, and many more. November 1st through the 3rd. Visit SureShotPromotions.com.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
What's up, guys? It's the champ, Sean O'Malley, here to talk to you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Create a lineup, pick more or less on at least 2 players. You can combine players from multiple sports: football, basketball, MMA, soccer, you name it. We got it. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineups hit, I can get my money as quick as 15 minutes. Prize Picks invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, we are just minutes away from face-off between the Panthers and Bruins in the NFL. Patriots falling to the Texans yesterday, 41-21. Today, the team releasing veteran offensive lineman Nick Leverett. Elsewhere in the NFL, Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel is telling reporters today that Tua will not play this week, but is expected to resume playing in 2024. Lions' Aiden Hutchinson undergoing successful surgery to repair a fractured tibia. There is no timetable for his return to play at this time. Monday Night Football tonight. The Bills visit the Jets. Kickoff is at 8:15. Celtics topped the Raptors 115-111 in preseason action last night. Boston gets back in action Tuesday when they take on the Raptors again. In Major League Baseball, Game 2 of the NLCS between the Dodgers and Mets gets underway at 4:08. LA leads that series 1-0. And it's Game 1 of the ALCS. Yankees host the Guardians. First pitch, 7:38. Sports Up Headlines brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-thru oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Now open in Weymouth, Canton, Bedford, and Natick. I'm Tim McCone. Ryan and Bob take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
It's Pulis boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to pulisboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
Rev up the fun with the Honda Civic and HR-V. These vehicles redefine the game when it comes to performance and style. With sporty designs matched by powerful performance, the Civic and HR-V deliver a driving experience like no other. But what really sets these cars apart from the crowd is the spirit of determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2024.
Based on 2024 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelly Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Time to go around the NHL as we get you ready for the Bruins and the Florida Panthers. There are a couple of other afternoon games today, including a Canadian Thanksgiving matinee in Ottawa. The Senators 1-1 taking on the LA Kings this afternoon.
Kings continue that long road trip that they're starting the season on, and they'll take on the Ottawa Senators here today. Ottawa got a good performance from Linus Ullmark in Game 1. They won that one against this Florida Panthers team. They dropped the next one. They've scored 4, allowed 5, so Ottawa... A lot of high hopes in Ottawa now after signing of Ullmark here in the offseason, or just recently.
No question. The Utah Hockey Club, 3-0 start for them as they head into New Jersey to take on Timo Meier and the 3-1 Devils today.
Yeah, it's a team effort, so everybody wants to chip in, and we need everybody to chip in. So it's real nice to see those two lines, especially Halsey's, Nacer, and Cotter contribute the way they did yesterday. So I think that's what we need.
Yeah, New Jersey's got some high hopes for themselves this season, very early in the year, but they start the year 3-1. They beat the Buffalo Sabres twice overseas to start the season. Come back, and they're 1-1 since coming back. Utah Hockey Club's been a nice story here to start the season. First, they moved from Arizona to Utah. They've started the year 3-0. They can become the first franchise in league history to start 4-0 with a win here today against the Devils.
We'll see them on Saturday night out in Salt Lake City as the Bruins will pay a visit. Meanwhile, the games on the docket for tonight include the Red Wings and the Rangers. Detroit coach Derek Lalonde knows it's a tough matchup.
If you gave them easy offense, the type of talent they have, it could be a long night for us. We limited odd man chances. We limited grade A chances last night. We limited grade A slot chances, especially 5-on-5. It'll have to look very similar to be successful.
Yeah, Detroit actually made a move, was it yesterday or today? They put Ville Husso on waivers. He's one of their goaltenders. He had a rough start to his season. So the Red Wings now 1-1 to start the year. The New York Rangers, they are definitely one of the contending teams, right? They start the season with a shutout over Pittsburgh, 6-0. Shesterkin was lights out. And then they have a high-scoring game the next one. So they're 1-0-1, and they ended up losing in the extra session. But 1-0-1 to start for the Rangers, and Detroit will have their hands full today against the Rangers in New York.
You mentioned the Pittsburgh Penguins. They have started out 1-2. They have a 7:30 start tonight up in Montreal. Cole Caulfield and the Canadiens have won 2 of their first 3.
It feels pretty good right now, but it's only 3 games. We played some pretty tough teams, but it's still early and still got a long ways to go. But it feels pretty good to get off to a good start.
Yeah, and their goaltender, Sam Montembeault, their number 1 goaltender, has been outstanding for them. And the Bruins didn't see him. They saw Caden Primo. Montembeault the night before had been 48 saves against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Really strong performance for him. They're going to need it. Montreal will. They're going to have some growing pains, especially on the defensive side of the puck. For Pittsburgh, milestone coming up for Sidney Crosby. We're going to be saying that, I think, a lot here in the very near future. We have already, but Sidney Crosby needs 1 point to become the 10th player in NHL history to 1,600 points. And he's in his, we're not going to call it his hometown, but a team that he rooted for growing up in Montreal.
We'll see Colorado on Wednesday night as the Bruins will pay a visit to Denver. The Avalanche tonight will host the New York Islanders for a 9 o'clock start.
Yeah, tough starts for both of these teams. The Islanders 0-1-1 to start the year, so still looking for their first win. They've scored 4 goals. They've allowed 8. And the Colorado Avalanche still looking for their first win. They're 0-2. They've scored 8, but they've allowed 14. So trying to shore that up. And, yes, the Bruins, we will see them on Wednesday night. One other note, Ryan, just before we go, I read something here this morning. There's been 40 games so far this season in the NHL. 20 of them have been comeback wins. So
no lead is safe,
I guess, right?
Exactly. That's our look around the NHL. Coming up next, I'll chat with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Attention all enthusiasts. It's the 38th Annual Sports and Card Memorabilia Show at the Shriners Auditorium. November 1st through the 3rd, sponsored by 98.5 The Sports Hub. Over 40 stars. Ray Borg, Crawley Fingers, Chris Hogan, Sony Michelle, Trot Nixon, and many more. November 1st through the 3rd. Visit SureShotPromotions.com.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale. Retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Our pregame interview with Jim Montgomery is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Well, Coach, first off, go back to Saturday. You said yesterday, I think you started a little slow on Saturday, but things improved as you went along. What specifically did you like about the latter half of that game?
Well, I just liked that even though I didn't think we had our legs and not as sharp as we'd like to be in our execution, I thought we stayed with it, and I thought we battled, and I thought our effort level increased, which got us the tying goal. And then, just the ability to continue to battle through the third, get a couple of chances, give up a couple of chances, and the bench was really positive, and I think that led to the 3-on-3 success.
3 games in, how are you feeling about your special teams right now?
Oh, it's early in the year. There's a lot of part of our team. I mean, analytically, looking at numbers, really happy with our penalty kill. Power play, I think 1 game we've been really sharp, and 2 games we've been slow. So, that's got to improve for us to be a better special team as we grow throughout the season.
Saw Matt Poitras for the first time this year. Looked pretty good. In fact, he assists on the game-winning goal in overtime. What'd you think of his game overall?
I thought it was really good, and what I really liked is how hard he was able to play throughout his shifts, and how he got better throughout the game.
Jeremy Swayman has rounded into form here pretty quickly, maybe even quicker than a lot of people would have thought, given the layoff of training camp. What have you liked about his game so far?
Just, his swagger, and that's the confidence he gives the players in front of him. And then I just like how quickly his game is starting to sharpen up.
Things are a little different, obviously, with the new contract and the personnel here. How do you go about figuring out who's in net and when?
I think, we usually have a plan, and it was hard to have a plan to start the season here. But moving forward now, beginning with this road trip, we're going to have a plan where we think the ideal starts for each goalie is, and we're going to start to apply that.
All right, let's talk about today's game. Florida Panthers, you saw them on opening night. Things did not go your way. What's the biggest thing that needs to change today?
I think our execution and our effort has to be vastly improved. I think we have to be more disciplined. I think they got the better of us in the mental game last game.
Yeah, the emotion obviously was there from your team, but, how do you walk that line between the emotion and trying to keep some of that in check against a team that is going to push some buttons?
Well, I just think, it's the regular season right now, and we have to be harder between whistles. I don't like how many penalties we've taken in all 3 games.
Appreciate the time. Good luck today.
Thanks.
That's Bruins coach Jim Montgomery joining us. We'll have the opening face-off coming up.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
Pasternak leaves it off for Lohrei. Lohrei back to Pasternak. Score! David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. After back-to-back wins at TD Garden, the Bruins get a chance to close out their homestand against the team that handed them their only loss of the season so far. But head coach Jim Montgomery is hoping his team will keep their emotions to a minimum this time around.
I think we got to get back to playing hockey. I love it that we have emotion and, they're a rival, but at the same time, we got to be disciplined. We're taking too many penalties.
It's round 2 between the Bruins and the Florida Panthers, and it's next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick, and the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gort.
There's Marchand to McAvoy. Backdoor. Pasternak scores. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
We are at TD Garden in Boston as this afternoon the Bruins will welcome in for the first time this season the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Ryan Johnston alongside Bob Beers as we count you down to our opening face-off. The Bruins victorious in their last 2 games, but a 6-4 loss on opening night down in Florida. We heard Jim Montgomery talk about the need to stay out of the penalty box and try to keep emotions in check against a team that tries to get you out of your game by getting into your head.
Yeah, they didn't even have to try that game because it happened last year in the playoffs, right? They can drive a lot of teams crazy by the way that they play. They're a frustrating team to play against. They continue to come hard at you. They forecheck hard. They try to finish hits. They try to be in your face, even if it's after the whistle. It's just the way that they're built, and that's the way that they want to, make sure that they make teams pay. Now, they've had a setback themselves. The Florida Panthers have the last couple of games. They've lost the last 2, one to Ottawa and one to the Buffalo Sabres after beating the Bruins in that home opener for themselves. But, they're continuing on this road trip. And for the Bruins standpoint, Jeremy Swayman, outstanding last game. Probably the biggest reason, not probably, he was the biggest reason they win that game. And David Pasternak comes up with a huge goal in overtime off a nice feed from some of the younger guys who we've highlighted coming in. Lorai, Patra, can they continue to move forward? Can they continue to get better and better? Can that fourth line continue to have that identity? I'd love to see the Bruins be a little bit more consistent here in this game today against the Panthers. I think that would go a long way in helping them start to really feel good about their game.
Boston hoping to cap off what would be, with a win today, a perfect 3-0 homestand to open the season. We'll have the opening face-off coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I know, right? I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
Oh, no, I meant those blackout motorized shades. MVP of the room.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. Even you could do it.
Nice.
I installed these and then got some for my mom, too.
What, you fly across the country to do the install?
Nope. Blinds.com can do it all. All she had to do was pick what she wanted. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Look at you, Hall of Fame son.
Oh, I just picked the winning team. They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Oh, Blinds.com is the GOAT.
The GOAT!
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 45% off select styles and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Save up to 45% at Blinds.com. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
2 of the 4 meetings between the Bruins and the Florida Panthers happening in this first week of the season. Let's go down to ice level in our national anthem, courtesy of Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, who were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Bruins and Florida Panthers getting ready to get reacquainted here this afternoon at the TD Garden. We take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for the Panthers, Sergei Bobrovsky. On defense, the pairing of Niko Mikkola and Dmitry Kulikov. And up front, Carter Verhaeghe, Sam Bennett, Evan Rodriguez. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman will start in goal. Nikita Zadorov and Charlie McAvoy, your defensemen. And up front, Johnny Beecher, Mark Kastelik, and Cole Koepke. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SPORTSHUB. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes presented by your New England Ford dealers. And today's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Courtney Smith of Malden. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Courtney will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in the traditional home blacks. Florida in white helmets and sweaters with dark blue numbers, red trim, and blue pants. And the Bruins will defend to our left and shoot the end to our right here in period number 1 as we get underway. Florida gets it into the Boston zone right away. Koepke will bank it out. Verhaeghe backhanding one in deep once again, and the Bruins chase back in behind Jeremy Swayman. McAvoy able to seal off Evan Rodriguez. A centering pass broken up by Koepke. It'll come back for Rodriguez, working his way into the near left wing corner. To the point, Mikkola shot toward the near side circle was directed into the corner by Kastelik. Chased around to the far side. Koepke in a battle with Dmitry Kulikov over there. It came back to Bennett out near the blue line. He sends a low shot towards Swayman, who kicks it away with the right pad. McAvoy left it behind the net for Zadorov. 50 seconds into this period.
That shift right there, in a nutshell, that's the identity of the Florida Panthers, right? Come in, establish the forecheck, make you work down low.
Zadorov from behind his net. Angles a pass all the way out to the neutral zone for Coyle. Coyle carrying up the right wing side. Shot it wide to the short side. Picked up along the far boards by Hampus Lindholm. Forced off of it. And Lundell will play it out into the neutral ice. Knocked away from Reinhart on a stick check by Carlo. Panthers with control. Lundell taps it across the Boston line, but held up by Hampus Lindholm. Coyle will lob one across the ice. A bouncer just wide of Bobrovsky reaches out with a stick and sets it up for Mikkola. Dumped in by Reinhart into the Boston zone. Round to the near side. Pop free off the stick of Luostarinen. Geekie going to bring it out to the center line, and as he tried to play it into the Florida zone, it was off a stick and up over the Florida bench.
I think already a little bit of a better start, like just in terms of, I know Florida had a pretty good first shift, but that last that game a couple days ago, their home opener, I mean, to a man, and even the coaching staff, they weren't shying away from the way that they thought they needed to play in order to be successful, and weren't anywhere near that in that game.
Batted into the Florida zone off of the face-off. It'll be brought around near side for A.J. Greer. Lifted out to the neutral ice. Gloved down by Peak. Sticked it along. Looking for Zacha. Didn't connect. Instead, back into the Boston zone. The Peak's got it. Pasternak will go rink wide for Mason Lohrei. Lohrei going to carry it all the way into the Florida zone and try to get Pasternak cutting to the net just out of his reach. Forsling got a piece of a Peak pass. Near side, it is helped out of the zone by Samoskevich, and it will go all the way down for icing with 2:20 gone in this first period.
Yeah, good rush by Lohrei, right, to carry the mail. You come up the left wing side, a couple of nice little moves. He's got good speed through that area of the ice. He tried to dish that puck into Pasternak, just out of Pasternak's reach, but when Lohrei can push that pace up the ice through the neutral zone, we see McAvoy do it a lot. Lindholm's very good at it at times. It's such a big help to the forwards. You get that puck moving north, you can distribute it, when it's the right time, you keep moving. Make yourself available. If you carry it into the zone, that's fine as well.
So face-off near circle to our right. Bruins on the attack as Elias Lindholm wins the draw. McAvoy will push it in toward the corner. Lindholm held against the boards by Nate Schmidt. Zacha moving it in Pasternak's direction. He helped it back to the point for McAvoy. A shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. Rebound scramble in the near circle.
Bobrovsky had Zacha right in his kitchen that time.
Out to the red line. McAvoy trying to lift it back in. Hit a body and came to Schmidt. Boston going for some changes. Panthers will do likewise as Schmidt skates up toward his own blue line. Headmans it along for Bennett. Pass off to the right side. Swept in deep by Rodriguez. Reversed around far side by Verhaeghe. Waiting for it at the point was Adam Boqvist at his shot on Swayman. Out in the neutral ice. Panthers regain control. 3:10 gone by here in this first period. Swayman at the back of the net. There's Marchand to start it up the left side. Into the middle for Coyle coming through the neutral zone. Geekie throws it back to the front of the net. Looking to find Coyle crashing the doorstep. Instead, here's Geekie to Marchand. Left circle and a shot knocked aside by Bobrovsky. Panthers control with Mikkola to carry out. Lifts one across ice with a backhand. Batted out of the air by Rodriguez. Right over to Hampus Lindholm. Hampus's pass through neutral ice. Patra's got it. Right wing circle now. Frederick with a shot off the blocker of Bobrovsky.
The vision of Patra that time. He's coming down the right side. Doesn't have anything on his forehand. Actually, backhand pass right into the middle of Trent Frederick. And Frederick tried to go high to the blocker side. Just missing. as Bobrovsky fought it off.
Puck comes behind the Boston net now. Carlo or Brazo out of the zone. Lundell dumps it back in. Delayed offside. Florida will go for a change. Bruins will change up their unit as well. 4-1 shots on goal in favor of the Bruins nearly going. Pass from behind the net all the way into the neutral ice. Missed everyone, and that'll be an icing against Boston.
Yeah, a couple good looks, though, for the Bruins. Right off the face-off, they're going to get this puck, rotate it back towards the net. You've got bodies in front. That's Zacha, who's right there. This puck gets through, and Bobrovsky fights that one off. That's a positional save. Fights off a good shot there from Marchand. Marchand from the left wing circle. Bobrovsky squared up, but his best one was probably off of, I believe that was Trent Frederick coming in on the late pass from Patra.
Beecher gets a hit on Gadjevich. Wins the puck in that far corner. Koepke now battling with Balinskis. Bruins come away with it. Beecher to his own blue line. Tried to pass it left. It was redirected back to the right side. Kastelik a shot from a tough angle. Bobrovsky made the save, and the rebound sat there for just a moment.
Koepke had a chance at the rebound. He was all tied up, though. Got a piece of it.
Lohrei at the blue line. Over to Kastelik. Top of the left circle. Score! Kastelik with the shot. Changed direction and speed and beats Bobrovsky. And the Bruins with an early 1-0 lead.
Kastelik, I don't think he's going to get credit for this. I believe it's going to be Beecher's goal, but Kastelik and Lohrei team up on a nice play over on the left side. And Kastelik scored a couple games ago by coming from the left wing circle on his forehand towards the middle. He does the same thing here, but you got Beecher and Koepke down around the front of the net, and I believe this puck is going to be tipped home either by the skate or the stick of Beecher, and it goes 5-hole on Bobrovsky.
So that line, which we talked about during our pregame show, cashes in here early. 5 minutes gone in this first period, and it's a 1-0 Boston lead. Verhaeghe will chase a puck deep into Bruins territory. He's held off it by Zadorov. Pasternak behind the Bruins net will bring it toward the near side boards, and as he runs into Rodriguez, drops it back for McAvoy. Zadorov trying to spring Zacha through the neutral ice. Bennett took away that puck. Bennett now moving it through the slot to his left. Got the shot, save made by Swayman, but the arm is up, and a penalty coming up here against the Bruins. They're going to get Zacha for hooking.
Boston, minor penalty 18, hooking.
Yeah, Bennett moving right to left that time. And, Bennett, he's, love him or hate him, but he gets a lot out of his game, right? He's not the fastest guy. He's not the biggest guy, but he hits hard. He's always involved. He makes smart plays. He's intense, competes. Fans don't like the calls. They're seeing it up on the big screen here at TD Garden, but he's going to draw that penalty coming through the middle.
Florida power play 1 out of 10 on the season, including an 0 for 6 against the Bruins on opening night. Boston scored a shorthanded goal on one of those opportunities. Adam Boqvist rushes to keep the puck alive at the blue line, and they get set up on the power play unit. Verhaeghe sent one in front, blocked by Carlo. Came off to Rodriguez of the left circle, and Swayman with a quick reaction to make that save. Rodriguez racing to a free puck along the near boards. Finds Adam Boqvist back at the blue line, but he turns it over, and Beecher sends it the length of the ice. Bruins have killed off 16 out of 17 penalties so far in their first 3 games. Bennett's pass got away from Reinhart. Marchand going to bring ahead shorthanded here. He's able to make a move, slip the check, and draw the penalty as he went to the front of the net.
Well, great individual effort here by Marchand. Coming down the left wing. Gadjevich comes over. It's not Gadjevich, excuse me. That was Boqvist that comes over to play him. Marchand makes a nice move, and Book was not too happy about this call. He didn't think he thought that Marchand just kind of lost his balance, but Marchand outside in. Maybe clipped his leg just a little bit, but what a move, what an effort there by Brad Marchand. And a couple of big saves at the other end at the beginning of that power play for the Panthers.
So Florida uses 41 seconds of their power play time before the penalty to Adam Boqvist. And we'll see some 4-on-4 hockey with 13:48 to go here in the first. Bruins up by a goal early. In his own zone, Forsling will circle back behind Bobrovsky. Now carrying up the middle. Deals it off to the right wing side. Hustling down that right side was Samoskevich, and then wristed one right into the chest of Jeremy Swayman, who hangs on for the whistle. So we have 13:32 left here in the first period. Bruins strike first. And we'll return to TD Garden on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out: procrastination, putting it off, kicking the can down the road. In: plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out: carpet in the bathroom. Like, why? In: knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
There's a rhythm in the markets, in the resonant echoes of the opening bell, in the preludes leading to global elections, in the rising chorus conducted by AI. And if you want to learn to listen for it, we'll show you how. Learn more at Bloomberg.com.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feeds in the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Jones with a reset. Leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews. Drops back, stands in, throws it back shoulder. Myers catches the 45 near side. Tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
We have a winner in our New England Ford First Five contest. Courtney Smith of Malden has just won a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers.
Yeah, great forechecking shift to cause that goal there for the Bruins, and it's fourth line against fourth line. Interesting. Jim Montgomery used the fourth line to start the game. That was against the Bennett line. Bennett's line had the puck in the offensive zone for the duration of that shift. Next time that fourth line came out, they were going up against the fourth line of the Florida Panthers. Dominated on the forecheck and ended up getting the goal by Beecher.
It's a giveaway behind the net. Swayman against the far post. Can't keep it out. Anton Lundell was whacking away at that puck against the far post and managed to sneak it in, and the Florida Panthers have tied it at 1.
Yeah, he's going to get credit for it. They tried to go behind the net, and it was Lori trying to go to Lindholm, but Lundell's got him all wrapped up, and then the puck comes kind of harmlessly to the front of the net. Not harmlessly, it comes hard to the front from a sharp angle, and they jam at it. Kind of pinballs around, might have gone off a Lindholm skate, but it was the turnover behind the net that just causes the commotion there. Lundell's going to get credit for it.
It'll be his first of the season. And we're even at a goal apiece here with 13:22 to go in the first period. Still 4-on-4 for another 48 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like Lori he thought he had Lindholm open on behind the net. It was a D-to-D pass, but Lundell was right there.
Nikola dumping that puck in, but did not do so legally. They'll send the faceoff all the way back down to the Florida zone.
He's under no pressure there. He didn't take the extra step to get to the...
Well, Jim Montgomery's talked about that in the early going for the Bruins, right? Those unforced icings can wind up costing you. 4-on-4 here as Coyle wins the draw. Geekie tapped it back to the blue line. Peak walks it down the boards. Now pivots back out toward the blue line. He'll play it around behind the net. Geekie waiting for it. Had to settle it down. Steps away from Kulikov. Worked it back to Peak. Now on to Zadorov for a long one-timer. Knocked away by Bobrovsky. The puck cleared out to neutral ice. Geekie able to win it back near the red line, and back into the Florida zone it goes, but they whistle that an icing.
Yeah, he was right at the red line. We won't give him the benefit of that one. start getting another look at this. Lindholm went D to D over to Lohrei. Lohrei is under a little bit of pressure from Reinhardt, so he throws it right back, but Lundell is right in Lindholm's kitchen there. So bounce back from it. Learn to forget.
Face off down to our left, near circle. Boyle won it, but officials didn't like that one, so they'll do it again. This time the Panthers win the draw. It comes to Forsling, left point. Shot into traffic, blocked. Near side boards. Battle for possession with Luostarinen. Coyle able to dig it free. Geekie comes out to neutral ice and then circles back toward his own zone, dropping it back for Zadorov. As the power play begins here for Boston, they've got 33 seconds of man advantage time as Pasternak drags it through the neutral ice, brings it across the blue line, trying to go across the ice, got tangled with Zacha. Zacha wins it back along the near boards. Deals it back to McAvoy. Marchand has broken his stick as he heads back toward the bench. Zacha gives it to Pasternak. 14 to go on the power play. Pasternak trying to reach around and get a pass to Marchand, but that's taken away on Lundell.
He was trying to waste time until Marchand could get back into the zone that time. So the Panthers recognize it. Marchand's got to go a long way to get a stick from the bench, so they're going to pressure.
The short power play is over. Teams are at full strength here with 11:40 to go in the first period. McAvoy passed along for Pasternak as Greer puts a shoulder into him. McAvoy now from just shy of the red line. Sends it off the far glass. Beecher giving chase. Goes in behind the net. Taps it to himself in the right wing corner. Reversed it back in behind the net. Koepke coming near circle with it. Back to the blue line. Just kept in by Carlo. All the way around it goes behind the Panther net to the far side boards. Beecher reaching for it, but poked out of the zone by Jesper Boqvist. Samoskevich played it across ice into open space. Beecher first man to it. Carlo a one-timer off the drop feed.
Brandon Carlo could have walked all the way in that time had he wanted to. He had a wide open lane.
Dumped into the Boston zone. Carlo will play it. Kastelik pass into the middle for Beecher. Pressured by Balinskis. Bruins get it out of the zone. It skipped past Adam Boqvist and up the left side. Koepke with the puck to the back of the net and around toward the near corner. Kastelik getting body position against Boqvist. Gives it along for Frederick. Frederick in the corner. Centering pass. He was looking for Brazo coming on. Instead, Peak moves it to the left circle. Peak drags it to the front of the net for Brazo, who was tied up. And the puck kicked off his skate into the crease, covered up by Bobrovsky.
No coincidence, right after the power play, the expiration of the power play, the Bruins throw out that fourth line to get a really strong shift in the offensive zone. Forechecking, attacking, forcing turnovers.
Face-off will be down to our right, to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. He has made 7 saves on 8 Boston shots. Brent Frederick won the face-off. Zadorov from the far side, hash marks, whistled one through the crease. Here's McAvoy out near the blue line to Zadorov, far side. Frederick tangled up along the far circle, now works his way into the corner after it against Ekblad. Drags it free into the blue line. Zadorov looking to keep in as Bennett took a tumble. Bruins right back in on the attack here. Patra moving his way toward the right side as Verhaeghe hanging all over him. Brazo back to Zadorov, left point. Shot went wide to the short side, looking for the redirect. Brazo in the corner, pivots away from Bennett. They work it back to Zadorov, far side circle, and the shot gloved by Bobrovsky with Brazo right in his kitchen, as Beersy has said tonight. 9:42 to go here in the first period. It's the Bruins 1 and the Florida Panthers 1 here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale. Retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
While you can't turn back the clock, you can shape the future of your skin in just 7 days with Clarins' new Double Serum. With 22 plants and 5 molecules, this high-tech dual formula fights both natural signs of aging and environmental aggressors. Minimize pores and fine lines and get firmer, smoother, glowing skin with Clarins Double Serum. Go to clarins.com/sound and get Double Serum for 10% off a free 8-piece gift plus free shipping on your first order. That's clarins.com/sound with promo code SOUND.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Just past the midway point of the first period, Bruins won, Florida Panthers won. We expect it to change, but as of right now, the Boston goal was credited to Kastelik from Lohrei and Koepke at 4:53.
Yeah, usually, well, almost always, after they score a goal, the first guy coming out of the pack to go over to the bench and do the glove taps, that's the guy that scored the goal. And they usually have a pretty good idea who it was. So.
In this case was Johnny Beecher.
Yes.
But that goal is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to gcenighttrain.com to order. Bruins have it off the faceoff in the Panthers zone, and a shot from the blue line by Hampus Lindholm. Blocker toward the corner by Bobrovsky. Now Coyle trying to set up Marchand. It was redirected but got to him. His pass around behind the net. Coyle goes crashing into Luostarinen in the near corner. Pokes that puck back toward the blue line. Hampus Lindholm under pressure. Sent it toward the far side, but cleared out of there by Kulikov. Lundell gains the attack zone with a pass to Mikkola, and his shot was redirected out of play off Brandon Carlo.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the Florida Panthers this afternoon is Sergei Bobrovsky, and for the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman.
Swayman 33 saves on 34 Los Angeles shots here in the win on Saturday. Comes in with a 2.44 goals against and a .914 save percentage along with a 2-0 record. Bobrovsky 1-1 with a 3.04 and an .897 save percentage. He took the loss in Ottawa, stopping 28 out of 30 on Thursday night. Puck is dumped into the Boston zone here by Jesper Boqvist. Behind the net, Lohrei swatted it to the far side, kept in, and Ekblad just throws one toward the net, gloved by Swayman, hangs on and gets the whistle.
Yeah, I like the start by the Bruins here. I mean, out shooting Florida 11-6. They've gotten some bodies down there. They've had some second chances on Bobrovsky. There's been some loose change around him after the initial saves have been made. Swayman made a couple good saves at the very beginning of that power play for the Panthers.
Face off to Swayman's left. Elias Lindholm wins it. Lohrei pass off the far boards to Zacha. Zacha plays into the middle, coming out of the zone peak with a full head of steam. As Zacha coming down the middle, took the shot himself and put it up over the net. Big collision in the far corner, and we've got a fight as Greer has dropped the gloves with Zacha. They go tumbling down quickly. It was Pasternak and Jesper Boqvist who were both down in the far corner and are now both, well, Boqvist is to his feet, Post is on one knee.
It was Greer who laid the hit, I believe, on Pasternak. Pasternak's up and is okay. Zacha is not a fighter. He's not a guy that drops the gloves, and good on him for jumping right in there.
Boston, number 18, Florida, number 10. Both players, 5-minute majors fighting.
Oh, I mean, Greer borderline from behind on Pasternak, and then Pasternak went into Boqvist's right leg, and it was an awkward fall for both of them. The right leg of Boqvist and the head, kind of the neck of Pasternak, and the fans getting a look at it. The Bruins want to know why there's not a hit from behind here. It was close. It was borderline. A.J. Greer with another new team, former Bruin, of course. He dropped the gloves with Kastelik in the first game.
Referee Dan O'Rourke over having a conversation with Jim Montgomery right now. O'Rourke and Tom Shimoleski referees today.
So, hey, Ryan, if they're going to hit your best players, it's one thing for Zacha to drop his gloves and go after Greer, and that's great.
Yep.
But their best players are fair game. And the Bruins want to know why that's not a hit from behind. It's close. It's not a blatant hit from behind, but you can make the argument that it is. And the distance he came and the partial from behind.
So crowd not happy. Bruins bench not happy. Teams will be a 5-a-side here.
I'm not saying shoot shots or take their head off, but I am saying that they are fair game.
Absolutely. You get a chance to hit them. Hit them. Puck in the neutral ice here. Mikkola, it's stood up by Kastelik.
There it is.
McAvoy.
There it is.
Who's he
They're
got
going to call
against the
McAvoy
boards
for
there?
a penalty here.
Verhaeghe. He knocked down Verhaeghe, gave him a little extra, and everyone's going to gather around here, but there's a penalty coming against the Bruins, and now we've got a couple of wrestling matches. Beecher's got a hold of Mikkola. Kastelik and Kulikov have a grasp on each other. Now Kastelik gives Verhaeghe a little what for. Verhaeghe gives him a face wash in return.
Well, Mikkola's not letting him go.
Now Kepke's getting involved.
Kulikov's not letting him go.
Referee blows his whistle and says enough's enough. This is going to wind up with McAvoy in the penalty box here.
Boston Minor penalty 73. Cross check.
I'm going to call McAvoy for cross-checking. From the front? That's given what Greer did, that's pretty light. Is it the second one? Can't be the first one.
I think it was the second one. I didn't see the arm go up on the first one.
It wasn't even that much. If they want to put a lid on it, call the first one with Greer.
Right. So with 8:15 to go here in the first, second power play of the game for the Florida Panthers. Their first one got cut short by a penalty. Face off in the Boston zone here. It'll be Coyle against Bennett. Panthers control it. Adam Boqvist backhanding one through some traffic. Reinhart shoots and scores from the left circle. Uncorked a quick wrister. And just 5 seconds into the power play, the Panthers grab the lead.
Yeah, Reinhart's just too good to allow it to come off the left wing boards all alone and get that shot away. He's going to go up over the shoulder. There's too much traffic in front. Swayman doesn't see it till after the traffic kind of just moves. The Bruins get caught a little too high with their defenseman on the right side, and that's going to give Reinhart the lane to the net. Carlo thought he could get there to knock this puck away. He can't. It's kept in, and that gives Reinhart that clear path.
Sam Reinhart playing in his 700th NHL game today. Picks up his second goal of the year. Had a goal and an assist in the opening game between these two teams. Picking up where he left off last year with a career-high 57 goals and 94 points. So it's 2-1 Florida. Bruins get in on the attack here. Peak. That's a backhander in the direction of Patra and Frederick, but forced out of the Florida zone, and Lorai will play it over for Peak near side. From his own blue line, pass ahead, Brazo redirects it in behind Bobrovsky, who comes out to tee it up for Ekblad. Ekblad going to lift it up through the air, out into the neutral ice. Teams are at 5-a-side here with 7:20 to play in the first period. Pasternak plays into the center circle, trying to find Elias Lindholm. Collision away from the play as Reinhart ends up on the deck courtesy of Pasternak, and now we got Marchand getting into it with Nate Schmidt. The officials trying to pull them apart, but the gloves are down.
Now, Pasternak ran over Reinhart, well away from the puck. I need another look at it to see if it was intentional or just kind of incidental contact, but I'm guessing based on what's happened here, it was intentional. And Marchand jumps right in because Schmidt went after Pasternak.
So, as we saw down in Florida on Tuesday, emotions running high here in the first period.
Call Greer, and you probably don't have any of this going on.
No, Pasternak is going to wind up in the penalty box here. Marchand as well. And Schmidt for the Panthers as the four officials huddle around.
Here's what they're discussing now. You know what? It wasn't even that late. Reinhart moved the puck. He wasn't looking. He wasn't looking. He was watching his pass. It wasn't that late. I thought it was late at first, but he makes his pass. 1 second, 2 seconds. Yeah, it's borderline. I mean,
here are the calls.
Boston number 88, 2-minute minor interference. Boston number 63, Florida number 88, 2 minutes each roughing.
So they give roughing minors to Marchand and Schmidt.
It's probably a little late, but given what's happened, now you got to kill it. Love the way Marchand's response was.
Well, we saw it from Zaka as well.
Yeah.
You know, jumping in there immediately. So, power play once again here for the Panthers. Will be their third of the period. They scored on the last one. Just 5 seconds into the man advantage.
That's preventable. You got to do a better job there defensively. I know they have the man advantage, but you have to be better positioned there, and I'm sure they know it.
As they dropped the puck, they were having trouble figuring out the penalty time here.
We've had 2 miscues by defensemen that led to the goals. Right down for the Bruins.
Yep.
One with the puck, one without the puck.
So they get the right player up on the board here. Pasternak with the 2-minute minor. It is 5-on-4 manpower advantage for Florida as they drop the puck in the Boston zone. Bruins win the draw. Zadorov sent it hard around the far boards, but kept in by Verhaeghe. McAvoy took a tumble behind the net. The puck loose to Coyle, and he lifts it all the way out and down into the Florida zone. From behind his own net, Adam Boqvist. Panthers moving from right to left on offense as the puck careens away from Bennett, right to Verhaeghe. Dumps it in. Swayman stops it behind the net and shoots it out of the zone himself past Boqvist at the blue line. Bobrovsky will hold it behind the net as Boqvist comes to get it. Minute 20 to go on the power play for the Panthers. Reinhart gains the red line, dumps it down the right wing boards, all the way around the near side it comes. Carlo shoots it right past Boqvist to the blue line and all the way down. Halfway through the power play now. Reinhart going to carry it to his own blue line. Tried to headman it for Luostarinen and missed him, and that's an icing against Florida.
So Pasternak got hit. Just look at the response. McAvoy goes after Verhaeghe, one of their better players. Pasternak goes right back after Reinhart with a hit. Now, they both got called for penalties, like them or not. But you have to do that if
what you said.
If the situation calls for it, you have to do that.
As soon as they go after Pasternak, that's kind of, you're setting the rules of engagement here, right?
I mean, he's allowed to be hit. But it was a pretty borderline hit, was it not?
Yes. Puck comes behind the Florida net off the face-off win by the Panthers. Luostarinen will drop it off near his own blue line. Cutting left side was Samoskevich. To the back of the Boston net, Hampus Lindholm shot it hard to the far boards, but picked off of there and kept alive by the Panthers with Ekblad. Back to the blue line, and a shot by Balinskis made it through. Swayman makes the save and makes sure there's no rebound available.
Yeah, he had some traffic in front that time, did Balinskis. Guys trying to find that loose puck, and Swayman trying to fight his way through some of the traffic in front to find that loose puck once there's a rebound. Mr. Arnon had a chance on the tip.
Face-off will be to Swayman's left. 32 seconds left on the Florida power play. Frederick against Lundell on this face-off. Panthers will control back toward the blue line. Balinskis goes off toward the right side for Luostarinen. Checked away from him by Zadorov. Kept in at the blue line. Here's Ekblad from the top of the left circle with a shot. Stick save made by Swayman. Here side boards. It's Samoskevich. Balinskis shot blocked in front by Peak and shot out of the zone and all the way back down toward Bobrovsky. Bruins will change up the unit as Pasternak gets ready to come out of the box with 5:07 to go here in the first period. Panthers leading it 2-1. Mikkola feathered a pass toward the right wing side. Patrick Giles all the way around the near side of the Bruins zone it comes. Pasternak, Lorai, and now Patra working his way ahead up the right wing side. Patra to the right wing circle. We get a penalty coming up against the Panthers. McAvoy, right circle, shot, rising shot over Bobrovsky, who ducked his head. And Giles will touch up that puck along the far side to draw the whistle. And the Bruins will have a power play when we come back. 4:37 to go here in the first period. It's the Panthers 2 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
What up, y'all? It's Joe Budden here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Season-long fantasy can take so much time, but on Prize Picks, I can pick a new lineup every day. The app is really simple to use. To create a lineup, pick more or less on at least 2 players. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineups hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match players from different sports. Combine your favorite players from football to basketball to hockey to WNBA. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. If your player goes down in the first half, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I know, right? I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
Oh, no, I meant those blackout motorized shades. MVP of the room.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. Even you can do it.
Nice.
I installed these and then got some for my mom, too.
What, you fly across the country to do the install?
Nope. Blinds.com can do it all. All she had to do was pick what she wanted. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Look at you, Hall of Fame son.
Oh, I just picked the winning team. They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Oh, Blinds.com is the GOAT.
The GOAT!
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 45% off select styles and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Save up to 45% at Blinds.com. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Bruins about to go on a power play brought to you by Bosch Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Niko Mikkola to the box with 4:37 to go in the first period. Bruins down 2-1. Get their first full power play of the game so far. Face off in the offensive zone down to our right. Panthers will control it and wrap it around the far side. Luostarinen with a chance to clear and does. Lundell moves it past McAvoy into the Boston zone. McAvoy.
Trent Frederick taking the spot of Zaka on this top power play unit. Zaka still serving his major for fighting.
Pasternak will come to the red line Pass off to the far side for Marchand, able to slip it through one Panther, but not a second. Turned back out into the neutral ice. McAvoy at his own blue line. Hands off for Marchand. Elias Lindholm feathering one up the right wing circle toward the corner. Comes back around the near side for McAvoy. Jumped away from him and on to Luostarinen, who clears it down into the Boston zone. Jesper Boquist takes a hit from Frederick as he tried to buy a little bit of time. McAvoy pass to the right side for Pasternak, and the Bruins offside at the blue line as Frederick and Marchand coming down the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot of sync in terms of their getting in over the blue line, their entries that time. A lot of sync in the neutral zone coming up the ice, and exactly what they wanted. So the hook coming with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, and the next unit comes out.
They did change the scoring on that Bruins goal, by the way. Johnny Beecher from Kastelik and Lori at 4:53. Now the official scoring. Bruins coming through neutral ice here. Hampus Lindholm from the center circle. Drives it in all the way around near side it comes. Patra, Coyle, and now Geekie joins them in the corner as well. Patra will backhand it back to the blue line for Hampus Lindholm. To Coyle with his back to the net. Trying to get it to Patra, picked off by Forsling in a clear.
Puck wouldn't settle for him, just hopped over his stick. Talking about Coyle.
Here's Patra right back to the attacking blue line, and that plays offside.
Yeah, nothing doing for the Bruins. You know, even when they've had a couple of offensive zone faceoffs, nothing doing for them coming into the entries. They have possession that time off the faceoff. Coyle tried to dump that puck down low, and puck hops over his stick. Well, Florida Panthers going to get it over with, maybe. And Greer was going to come out, but he's not. He's staying on the bench for now.
Zaka joins Elias Lindholm.
Greer's not afraid to answer. I'm not saying you do what you got to do. He's trying to make a name for himself on this team. It's a new team for him. His game is to be physical, provide energy, drop the gloves if necessary.
Marchand kicking it down the right wing corner, reaching around Schmidt to shovel it towards Zaka. Zaka trying to work it to Pasternak at the far circle. Pasternak's got it now, whistles one toward the slot, but stolen by Schmidt. He'll carry up ice, and shorthanded, he'll play it softly into the Boston zone and head off as a change. 10 seconds to go here on the power play. McAvoy finds Marchand up the left side. Marchand just inside the Florida blue line, got caught up in traffic, turned over. Verhaeghe and Bennett coming ahead on a 2-on-1. Verhaeghe moving in, took the shot. Swayman made the save. Rebound scooped up by Marchand. Panthers are back to full strength. Here's Pasternak behind the defense, and the puck just out of his reach is played by Bobrovsky, but it had been touched with a Florida high stick. So we'll get a face-off inside the Panthers' defensive zone here.
Good opportunity for the Panthers. That was Verhaeghe coming down the right side. So the Bruins make that pass up to the left. It's a 2-on-4, though, when they enter the zone, because they're looking for the delay coming through the neutral zone. They decide to go against it, and now as they all get up the ice, the puck gets turned over, and it's a 2-on-1 going back the other way.
Zadorov with a shot from out near the blue line, knocked down in front of Bobrovsky. Came out to the neutral ice. Carlo, Koepke got a piece of it just inside the Florida blue line, sent out, and then Carlo sends it right back in as the Bruins tag up on the delayed offside. 2:05 to play, first period. Panthers 2, Bruins 1. Deep into the Boston zone it comes. Zadorov backhanding one up over the glass, and that's going to be a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. He's on the backhand, puck goes up on edge and clears it right into the netting.
Boston, number 91, 2-minute minor, delay of game.
This will be the 4th power play of the period here for Florida.
Yeah, puck, you can just see it rolling around. He's under a little bit of pressure, just tries to dump it around the glass.
Face off to Swayman's right, near circle for us. Coyle against Bennett on the draw. Coyle, Beecher, McAvoy, and Hampus Lindholm, the 4-man unit. Coyle will skate it forward here, gains the Florida line, sends it behind the net. Beecher lost his edge as he tried to stop on that puck. Crashed into the boards, but appears to be all right as he comes back defensively. The Panthers get it deep into the Boston zone, but an errant pass will go back out through neutral ice as Verhaeghe chases. Under 90 seconds to play here in the period. Adam Boqvist gives off for Evan Rodriguez. Just outside the Boston line, a little give and go pass. Rodriguez will play it around the near boards. Bennett trying to work it back into the corner. Carlo blocked that. Zacha helps it out.
That was the time to pressure right there. The puck's not on Bennett's stick. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit. You can attack right away there.
Verhaeghe from the red line. Shoots it in behind Swayman to the far corner. Reverse back around near side. And Verhaeghe from the face-off circle. Around to the far side point. And an errant pass evades Adam Boqvist. Verhaeghe has it back for the Panthers out near the red line with 44 seconds to go in the period. Samoskevich to Balinskis. Panthers from their own zone. Now Balinskis will turn it up. Lundell drives one into the right wing corner. Long carom off the boards, and Hampus Lindholm able to sweep it out of the zone. Balinskis from his own blue line to the red. Hands off there for Lundell. Got it back from Ekblad, did Lundell. Behind the Boston net comes McAvoy. Shoots it to the near side circle. Battle for possession. It'll come back in behind the net for Hampus Lindholm. A chance to clear, and he does, all the way down ice in the final 5 seconds of the period. And the teams will head to the locker room with the Panthers on top by a score of 2-1 after 20 minutes. Florida will have 5 seconds left on their power play on that penalty to Zadorov when the second period gets underway. We'll have more from TD Garden. Bruins trailing 2-1 after 1 here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here, and get all the latest news from the front office, the locker room, and more. Tune in, on air, online, or on the Sports Hub app. Download it today. One of our Sports Hub hosts will be with you shortly. Thanks for listening.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Procrastination. Putting it off, kicking the can down the road. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Carpet in the bathroom. Like, why? In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at NissanUSA.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The home of the Bruins, Patriots, Revs, and Celtics. Boston's home for sports is 95, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station.
Fans, Comics Come Home, America's longest-running comedy fundraiser benefiting the Cam Neely Foundation, returns to TD Garden November 2nd. This year's event, hosted by Dennis Leary, includes A-list comedians like Bill Burr, Lenny Clark, Ronnie Chang, Alec Flynn, and more. Head to tdgarden.com/events to purchase your ticket now. One period in the books here at the Garden, and the Bruins trailing Florida by the score of 2-1. The first full week of the new NHL season saw these Florida Panthers raise their championship banner. The Utah Hockey Club off to their inaugural season on a strong start. Number 1 overall pick Macklin Celebrini scored in his NHL debut, and a whole lot more. Let's take you now to our NHL Plays of the Week.
We've got a tie game here in the second. Look out, and now picked off. Kyrou in alone. Jordan Kyrou scores! 3 in a row, and the Blues have the lead in Seattle.
Rodriguez works in, Johnny scores! Evan Rodriguez out of the high slot, and that beats Korpisalo. It's 6-2 Panthers, and then there was a collision with Korpisalo down near the net, and this is going to start something in a hurry.
Well, there's been hockey, and Gary Bettman made this point, in some professional form in Salt Lake City in the state of Utah for about 50 years.
Yeah,
so they know the sport. That shot, Sergachev fires from the point. In front, Barrett Hayden was in position. We'll see if it was deflected, but it's 3-0 Utah. It looks like Hayden got a piece.
Have set up on the power play. Still a minute 20 to go. And here's Caulfield, and he scores! Welcome back. Cole Caulfield opens the season goal scoring for Montreal. A power play marker makes it 1-0.
And the puck will ricochet off the inboards and deflect all the way down the ice.
Huberdeau pulling that puck out, though, allowed Zary to have fresh legs and beat Pettersson to the ice.
Here's Pospisil, left wing side to Zary, who crosses the Canucks blue line. Zary to the middle, to the backhand. Zary dangles and scores! Wow! What a goal by Connor Zary. He is the hero in overtime.
Eichel through the left side, turns to the point, has Hanifin. Looking, thought about a wrister, feeds in front, score! Ivan Barbashev from Noah Hanifin. Vegas takes a 2-1 lead. Colorado looking for a response of its own. Nope, it's Ivan Barbashev to turn out to center. 3-on-3, finding Eichel. Eichel to Stone. He scores! The captain on the board. Quick strike offense for Vegas. Barbashev to Eichel to Stone. 3-1 Golden Knights in the first period.
It goes wide, no icing. Good hustle. Byfield to Kopitar for the hat trick. He scores! Andrei Kopitar on opening night with the hat trick. 3-1, LA.
Little drop. Denied. Dobson. Nice strike from Logan Cooley. Cooley's having an overtime. Brought in. Jersey with it. Little drop. Gunther scores. OT winner. In New York. And Dylan Gunther again. 2-0 early.
Rebound near boards. Celebrini back on the ice, fighting for it, trying to poke it up the right wing side. Couldn't clear it out. Ryan Suter's shot is blocked by Toffoli, and he almost raced away on a breakaway, but it was blocked, and the Sharks are going to have to regroup. They do. Here's Celebrini on the right wing side. Spinorama play to the net. Tip, score! And you can't write a script much better than that with Celebrini in on the very first goal of the season.
Shen now on for the Blues, joining Butch Navich. Shen brings it in on Wallman. Shen shoots, he scores! Game winner! Bring out the Zamboni! 5-4 final! The comeback complete, and the St. Louis Blues do it in San Jose.
What a big one's the draw. Morrissey, left side point. In the corner for Scheifele. Scheifele dropped it now for Kyle Connor. Back on in front for Scheifele. Shot, he scored! What a way to capture goal number 300 of his career. It's an overtime Monday night in downtown. What a pick.
Pasternak leaves it off for Lohrei. Lohrei back to Pasternak. Score!
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1.
A good finish to the first week of the season for the Bruins and to the NHL with our plays of the week. It is the Florida Panthers 2 and the Bruins 1 after one period of play. We'll have more from TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
It seems like a second ago we were busting out sunscreen and hanging tin at the water park. Now we're carving out pumpkins and hanging cobwebs from our windows. A lot can happen in a second. That's why ADT spends all of their seconds helping protect all of yours. So while you're off sipping cider at the orchard, the ADT Plus app gives you complete control over who has access to your home. With the Google Nest doorbell from ADT, you can see for yourself if the person at the front door is a scary goblin or just your next door neighbor. And ADT has the largest number of company-owned 24/7 monitoring centers in the industry, with real people giving you real peace of mind. Yes, this season may be spooky, but you can feel secure. Because when every second counts, you can count on ADT. Visit ADT.com today or call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Vogue, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends December 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
AI might be the most important new computer technology ever, but AI needs a lot of processing speed, and that gets expensive fast. Upgrade to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. OCI is a single platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs. Do more and spend less, like Uber, 8x8, and Databricks Mosaic. Take a free test drive of OCI at oracle.com/Skyview. That's oracle.com/Skyview.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Back here between periods, Bruins trailing, I should say, the Florida Panthers by the score of 2-1. As we get a look around the NHL this afternoon, a couple of other games in progress up in Ottawa. It is Canadian Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating. The Ottawa Senators hosting the LA Kings. Kings have jumped out to a 2-1 lead at the end of one period in that one. The Utah Hockey Club with a perfect 3-0 record on the line this afternoon as they pay a visit to the New Jersey Devils. That game is scoreless at the end of 20 minutes. There are three games coming up later on tonight. The Detroit Red Wings will pay a visit to Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. That's a 7 o'clock face-off. At 7:30 tonight, Montreal will host the Pittsburgh Penguins. And at 9 o'clock tonight, the Islanders are out in Denver to take on the Colorado Avalanche, a team that we will see on Wednesday night when the Bruins kick off what is a 3-game road trip. We are counting down to the start of the second period. The Florida Panthers 2 and the Boston Bruins 1. We'll return to TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The games play here.
Here's Vienno. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Vienno a shot, and that tip denied by Olmark, who scrambled left to right. Bruins crash to the front, left to the net. Coyle out in front. Gets Gibson out of position. He scores! Charlie Coyle with a dangle. Sneaks it inside the near post with Gibson down and out. Bruins 7, Ducks 1.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League.
and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. With unique, one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Hey DQ fans, get any party started with a classic DQ fudge and crunch cake or blizzard treat cake. Available in multiple sizes and designs for any occasion at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
We all know there's a hurricane season, but hurricanes, evidently they missed the memo. Same thing with Tornado Alley. Tornadoes are going so far off course, they've hit every New England state in the last 5 years. Start preparing now by talking with an independent agent about safety insurance. Whether it's wind, water, fire, or ice, they'll make sure you're covered no matter what Mother Nature throws at you, including hail. Ow, ow, ow. Safety insurance will help you manage life's storms.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 47 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Make Plainridge Park Casino your game day headquarters this football season. Watch all the best games on their giant screen TVs, plus tackle the area's best game day food and beverages. Penn Play football fans, sign up for the free Cover 5 app today and make your picks for a chance to win up to $500 Penn cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/Cover5 to start playing. Score big this football season at Plainridge Park Casino and Penn Play. Hope is here. Call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Panthers control it. Adam Boquist backhanding one through some traffic. Reinhart shoots and scores from the left circle. Uncorked a quick wrister. And just 5 seconds into the power play, the Panthers grab the lead. Fans, TD Bank card holders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. We are headed to the second period with the Bruins trailing the Panthers by the score of 2-1. Johnny Beecher with the lone Boston goal. Anton Lundell at even strength, and then Sam Reinhart, a power play goal, has Florida up by a 2-1 score. Overall, what'd you think of that first period?
I thought it was a good period for the Bruins the first half, especially I think when Greer throws that hit on Pastrnak. I love the response by Zacha, of course. But I thought, some of that momentum got taken away in a few areas, right? You have to kill off a back-to-back penalties. You end up giving up a second goal. The turnover behind the net was a tough one there for Lohrei. And then the power play goal again. So I thought that at 5-on-5 and before everything kind of started to unravel a little bit, I like the Bruins start. Let's put it that way. So now they've got to, get back to it. They're down by only a goal. They just killed off this penalty to Zadorov. He's got 5 seconds remaining in it here to start the second period. But get back to that 5-on-5 game. Get back to that game that they were looking good at. They pinned Florida in their zone on a number of occasions, and they were peppering Bobrovsky for a while.
Shots in that first period were 12-9 in favor of the Bruins.
I think it was a while before the Bruins. I thought they had 12 early, and then they started, and because of some of the penalties they had to kill and some of the other things that went on.
Yeah, the Panthers 5 seconds left on what is their fourth power play of the game.
I did not like the Bruins power play either, though.
No.
That suck some of the momentum out of them as well.
Up comes behind the Boston net. Zaka and McAvoy combine to get it to the far side wall. Power play is over here as the Panthers try for a chance here. Mikkola coming behind the net, looking to stuff it near side, but was denied by Zadorov. McAvoy skates it on into the Florida zone. He'll play it toward the side of the net. Bobrovsky made sure it wasn't coming anywhere near his crease. Zadorov will shoot it from the near side boards down along the end wall. Panthers quick to get it out. Up the middle they come with Bennett, dropping it off. Rodriguez looking in front, and it evaded Carter Verhaeghe, who was coming right to the front of the net. Bennett will reset it here as Ekblad with a shot that redirected, and it caught a piece of the post as Forsling uncorks a blast from the left point, and that one turned aside. Quick start here for Florida. Bruins will gain possession, and Pasternak softly sends it up the right side, and Bruins will get some changes on. Bennett gaining the attack zone, shoots it across ice. Luostarinen let it go to Forsling back at the far point. His shot went wide of Swayman. Bennett sweeps it back in behind the net. Hampus Lindholm got it ahead for Geekie, who was upended. Zadorov settling things down. Now a pass off to the right side.
Zadorov needs to get off the ice.
Got away from Coyle there, and Reinhart will lift it back in toward Swayman, who gloves the pop-up and hangs on, gets the whistle.
I knew Zadorov needed to change. He's been out there since the start of the period. Minute and 40-second shift to start. You know, that puck, I think it might have hit the post to the left of Swayman, to the glove side. Either that or it hit McAvoy on the way in, but you know, that one pass out of the zone, and they're coming up the left wing side. Pasternak goes to make a hit in front of Florida's bench. McAvoy's looking to take away the rush as well. They move it into the middle. All of a sudden, it's not a 2-on-1, but it's some extra space for Bennett and Rodriguez, and Rodriguez gets a pretty good shot away.
Face-off win here by Greer. Back to Schmidt. Knocked down as Pasternak getting into it.
He wants
with
to go Greer.
Yep. Greer trying to get away as the Panthers win the puck back in their own zone. Here's a pass to Greer. He's fired, getting it into the Boston zone after turn back on a delayed offside. Now here's Greer coming down the middle with a bouncing puck. Got the shot on Swayman, but Jeremy able to hang on to that one with 2:05 gone in the period.
That's just too loose right now for the Bruins. Kaslik knocked Greer down to the ice, gave him a shot to the head. Greer said nope, skated away, and also got a really good scoring chance coming right down the middle.
There's a centering pass. Miss Belinskas in front. Kulikov at the blue line. Kept it in here for Florida. Now chopped free, and Patra will start up the right side from the red line. Sends it around behind Bobrovsky. Sticks it back into the far corner, Kulikov, and lifted out to neutral ice. Glove down there by Carlo. Pass along for Hampus Lindholm. Patra just onside as they get it across the blue line, but Panthers send it right back out. Mikkola back in his own zone. Razzo cut in front of a pass intended for Gadjevich. Down into the left wing corner of the Bruins attack zone down to our left. Hedrick went crashing in there. Hampus Lindholm with the blue line to keep in. Tried to pass it to the right side for Zadorov, but he had backed off the blue line with some pressure coming from Florida. Patra will backhand it behind Bobrovsky, who again comes out to play it. Kulikov's pass redirected into the Boston zone by Verhaeghe, just shy of an icing. Zadorov with a quick pass up the left side for Pasternak. Took a hit from Verhaeghe. Puck right at the blue line. Comes free out toward McAvoy at the center circle, and as he tried to play it toward the corner, Rodriguez shot it out of the zone. Verhaeghe down in the Boston zone, able to win it back and threw one in front. The Bruins go the other way with it. Zaka to Pasternak down the right wing side. Stops along the far side wall. Knocked off his stick by Forsling, who volleys it back through neutral ice, and Mason Lohrei will skate onto it here for the Bruins.
Forsling's a very smart player. He can move. He's got that good stick position. He's not a big guy. He's not overly physical, but really smart.
Off a dump in, Bobrovsky clears it around the far glass. Back in behind the net it comes. Marchand and Kulikov collide. Reinhart laid into the middle for Lundell. Lundell from just inside the red line dumped it into Swayman's right, but Bruins will take it right back the other way. As Marchand gets the feed from Lohrei, sweeps it for Geekie in the left wing corner. With a bump from Schmidt. Marchand battling with Sam Reinhart along the near boards. Coyle able to free it up. Here's Geekie walking to the front of the net, trying to tuck it in under Bobrovsky. Puck still free. Up into the air, bouncing away from Geekie as Luostarinen got a piece of it. Now Coyle shoves Schmidt to the boards. Still in the Florida zone. Lundell will backhand it in behind his own net. 4:45 gone here in the second period. Florida leading 2-1. Panthers will get it into the Boston zone as they get a quick change going. Hampus Lindholm brings out of the Boston zone, coming through the middle. Found Kastelik. He gets into the right wing corner. All the way around it comes for Koepke, waiting for it on the half wall near side. Centering feed from Kastelik. Came off to Carlo. They score! Brandon Carlo from the top of the right circle beats Bobrovsky, and the Bruins tie it at 2.
Well, Carlo gets the goal, but it's another great shift by that fourth line in the offensive zone. Lindholm carries the mail through the neutral zone. He's going to move this puck wide. Kastelik's going to stay on it. Now they go to work offensively. Koepke along the left wing boards, rotating it back down low. Kastelik gets a nice pick from Beecher. And this puck eventually ends up on the tape of Carlo in the right wing circle, top of the right wing circle. And he does the rest. Nice shot up high, beating Bobrovsky. Beat him last year in that same spot in the playoffs. That's the fourth line going to work offensively for them.
First of the year for Carlo, ties it up. 14:45 to go in the second period. And the Bruins into the attack zone right away again. Kulikov trying to clear it around the far boards. Gadjevich will play it into the middle. And as it volleys around in the air, was touched with a high stick. So the faceoff's going to come back into the Florida zone here. Or actually just outside the blue line, excuse me. A 2-2 game. Beecher and Carlo, the goal scorers this afternoon. Lohrei dumps it right in. Nikola had trouble finding it. Under pressure in behind the Panther net now. Bard able to sweep it out of his own peak. Trying to get it right back going as he took a hit from Gadjevich in front of the Panther bench. Gadjevich will send it in behind Swayman. Koepke waiting for the puck out near the blue line. Gets it out, but turned over. Rodriguez to Verhaeghe with a shot straight on. Save made by Swayman. Rebound scooted away from him. Taken by the Bruins as Beecher comes up the near left wing side. Around behind the Panther net goes the puck. Reverse back toward the near side, and Rodriguez. Length of the ice, or width of the ice pass, and battling his way to the net was Bennett. Forcing Swayman to make a quick save, and he covers up the loose rebound. 13:39 to play here in the second. And Brandon Carlo has tied it at 2 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You have year-end goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster. Sell more, raise more, and build real relationships with your audience with Constant Contact's digital marketing tools, all made to fast-track your success. Put the go in your 2024 goals with email, social, SMS, and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Ready, set, go to ConstantContact.com and start your free trial today.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Listen live on the air, online at 985thesportshub.com, or on the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Did you know you can get original podcasts, complete shows, and more on the Sports Hub app? Download it today, wherever you get your apps. One of our Sports Hub hosts will be with you in just a few moments. Thanks for listening.
Don't use a national pest control chain. They stink. Use Burgess Pest like me. Rodents are disgusting, and it's their season. Burgess Pest has a plan starting at $39 a month to keep me covered all year against mice and dozens of other pests. I've used Burgess Pest for years, and you should too. Go to burgesspest.com.
The Celtics play here, the Sports Hub.
Kastelic and Cole Koepke credited with the assists on that last Bruins goal. With those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will donate another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. We've got 13:39 left here in the second period. Bruins and Panthers are tied at 2. Faceoff will be in the defensive zone here for Boston to the right of Jeremy Swayman. And off the draw, Panthers will control it. Mikkola poking it down toward the corner. McAvoy was there to take it back. Zacha into the neutral ice. Pasternak was thinking about finding McAvoy, but that was broken up. Now the Bruins back in their own end. Here's Elias Lindholm with a takeaway. He's up the right wing side, trying to center for Pasternak, hit a leg, and kicked out into the neutral zone. Zacha goes across the ice near side. Pasternak able to whack it out of midair. Around behind Bobrovsky, who misplayed behind the net. Forced in front by Elias Lindholm in front of the empty net, but no one there to take advantage.
He was trying to give it to Zacha. Zacha was moving one way. That puck went back the other.
Peak. Long pass out of the Bruins zone for Marchand. Inside the Panthers blue line. He'll go near side for Lohrei, but that's taken away by Luostarinen. Marchand got it back into the zone, but they're going to whistle that an offside here against Boston.
More and more trust for that fourth line, right? I mean, I think it's already there, but more and more of it. Jim Montgomery putting him out to get momentum. Tonight, this afternoon, they responded with 2 goals. They've been involved offensively in a couple of the games here, and when they're not scoring, they're still involved in the offensive zone.
On the near boards, Coyle able to keep that puck deep here for Boston. Ekblad looking to clear. He'll lob one high into the air, end over end. It comes down near the Boston blue line to Brandon Carlo. Coyle backhanding it toward the far side, and a foot race. It'll be Forsling able to win that and draw an icing against the Bruins.
Forsling, I just mentioned him a couple shifts ago. He had played Pasternak really well on that one-on-one, but not even a physical way, just being in the right spot. He signed a nice little contract in Florida to stay in Florida. Maybe might have taken a little bit of a discount. He gained a lot of notoriety around the league for people who didn't know him. The way that he played last year and how good he was.
Off the face-off, Panthers control. Samoskevich trying to fight to the front of the net. Penalty coming. Hampus Lindholm with the puck, deep in his own end. Passes over to the far side. Geekie will reverse it back behind the net. Swayman off to the bench for the extra attacker here. As Hampus going to bring it out of his own zone to the red line, out of the blue, trying to find Marchand, who was stuck in neutral at the blue line, and Panthers touch it up. The Bruins will go to the power play. Rear to the box for interference.
Yeah, Marchand can't move there. He's got to wait.
Yeah.
So if Hampus Lindholm's going to lead him with that pass, he's coming from a standstill. He can't do it.
He's straddling the blue line.
Yeah.
Just
but no, I mean, the power play has not been good so far today. And as good as it was 2 games ago against the Montreal Canadiens, between the last game against LA and so far today, it's taken some momentum away from them.
Face off down to our left.
Today, the issue's been getting into the zone.
Yeah. Far circle. Elias Lindholm, a little over anxious. Now Lundell beats him on the draw. Puck brought behind the net. Luostarinen will shoot it hard around the near boards and all the way down into Boston territory. McAvoy taking a look over his shoulder as he plays it away from the forecheck of Lundell. McAvoy now leaves it in the Boston zone. Pasternak will come with it to the near side for Zacha. Zacha goes around Kulikov. Now goes around behind the net. Chased by Mikkola. Elias Lindholm.
Florida
Marchand trying to one-touch it in front.
They're aggressive on the PK. Not allowing the Bruins to set up. Got to move that puck around quicker.
McAvoy to the left circle for Pasternak. He'll roll it around the far boards for Zacha. Back up top for McAvoy. Pasternak top of the right circle. One-timer went wide to the short side. Zacha leaves it along the far boards for Marchand. Airborne pass, glove down by Zacha. In front! Pasternak banging away at the near post. And Bobrovsky able to hold his ground. Marchand's got it back now right circle to McAvoy for a one-timer. And it put it wide of the near post. It came ricocheting back out in front, and Bobrovsky able to cover up.
Yeah, that's better. And it starts with Zacha getting into the zone. And Florida's going to be aggressive on their PK, especially early. Now, once you back them off and you get that puck moving around, you're going to back them off and you're going to get some more space for yourself. And that time, Pasternak got the backdoor feed. He's coming to the net on the left side. And it actually goes off of his skate, but Bobrovsky gets across with the right pad to make that save. And McAvoy just misfiring a little bit on that good one-time setup.
Face off to Bobrovsky's right. Frederick pulled it to the boards. Geekie sends it back to Hampus Lindholm from the blue line. He'll softly send it in behind the net. Frederick is there. Swept around near side. Hampus kept alive at the blue line. Patra gives off to Coyle out there. Now Patra on the right side boards. Lindholm to Patra. Brought it toward the right circle. Turned back toward the blue line, and it's taken away. Reinhart on a shorthanded rush. Going to the front. Got it back and scores. Bruins had that ever so briefly, and it wound up back on the stick of Reinhart, who scores the shorthanded goal to put Florida up 3-2.
Yeah, so it starts in the offensive zone. Again, the aggressiveness of the Panthers. Patra loses the puck along the half wall, and it's Reinhart who strips him of it. Now he's going back the other way, and everybody trying to dash back to help out. Reinhart attacks the net. The puck gets swept away from him. As Coyle looks to take it away from the front of the net, Reinhart is able to knock it off his stick, and he's actually tapping it into an empty net because Reinhart knocked Patra into Swayman. Not enough to call a goalie interference. He's just going to the net, but so you had, you had Lohrei and Patra had really strong games the other day, right? And now you get a turnover by Lohrei behind the net, first goal, and a turnover with the power play by Patra. No, look, it's going to happen. But now you got to, how do you react by it? And Patra, really upset with himself as he was going to the bench there. But that's the aggressiveness of Florida's penalty killing. That was right off the face-off win by the Bruins.
Yeah. Zacha backhands one toward Bobrovsky here, around the far glass and out. So 2 shorthanded goals in as many games for the Panthers against the Bruins. Pasternak regains the attack zone. Power play coming to an end as Greer comes out, and Zadorov able to recognize it as the puck was coming in Greer's direction. Kept that from turning into a breakaway. Greer swats one towards Swayman, who will cover that up. And we'll get a face-off in the Boston zone. Swayman not happy, as was Zadorov, as Luostarinen took a little poke as Swayman was covering that puck, and they have some words in the far corner. We've got 9:39 to play in the second period. Florida's back in front 3-2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here, and get all the latest news from the front office, the locker.
Ow! OW is the beginning of owner. If you run a small business, you get it. From power outages to equipment failures to delivery mishaps. There's only so much you can control. Fortunately, that includes talking to an independent agent about safety insurance. Safety's competitive property and liability coverage provides protection from business interruptions, equipment breakdowns, and many other business ownership issues. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
The Honda Prologue, Civic Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid are redefining the future of electrifying performance. But the one thing that launches us to the front lines of innovation is the spirit of determination that powers us. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online today.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Fans, sign up for the Bruins Authentics newsletter and be the first to know when Bruins game used, team issued, and team stock memorabilia is released. Visit bostonbruins.com/newsletter to sign up now. 9:39 to go here in the second period. Florida out to a 3-2 lead. On the goal, shorthanded goal by Sam Reinhart at 9:39. Face-off will be to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Has stopped 12 out of 15 Florida shots. Sergei Bobrovsky has stopped 13 out of 15 at the other end. Face-off win by Bennett. A setup for a one-timer. And Bennett got a good one in on Swayman, who forced him to make the pad save. Swayman will cover puck out in front, courtesy of Verhaeghe.
From a Bruins standpoint, right, trying not to let that goal, that short-handed goal, deflate you. But that's a tough one to bounce back from, right? You're 2-2. You've got a power play. You got an opportunity to finally get ahead in this game, or get ahead for the second time in this game. But preventable mistakes on the 3 goals today.
Beecher will win the face-off as the puck comes behind the Boston net toward the far side corner. Beecher going to bring it through the neutral ice, sends it off to the left side. Hampus Lindholm onto it, gets all the way deep into the Florida zone. We get hit in the near corner. Verhaeghe sends across ice, but not out. Carlo kept in. Lines it all the way back in behind the net to the near side. Hampus Lindholm. Long shot, redirected wide to the short side. Castlewick digging for it against Schmidt. Puck up into the air. Swatted at with a glove by Carlo. Didn't get it, but Koepke kept in behind him. Bobrovsky now behind the Panther net to play the puck. And Boqvist pass toward the Boston line.
That's
turned over. McAvoy playing the puck in his own zone. Nearly took a hit coming from the bench.
It wasn't that. I mean, he could get stripped of the puck there easily. Zadorov made a DDD pass. He didn't see Boqvist coming off the bench.
Right side, here's Patra. Fired one into the middle, looking for Marchand, and that's tipped up and out of play over the glass near side.
Different looking line, huh? Patra, Brazo, and Marchand.
Bring out Eek and Lorai along with this group. Patra will stand in to take the attacking zone faceoff. And the linesman on the far side whistles and tosses Patra out. So it'll be Brazo. And Marchand helps to win that draw. Got it in front. Brazo knocked to a knee as he tried to that puck came right through the top of the blue paint.
I don't think he ever got a piece of that puck as it bounced by him there.
Down into the Boston zone now. Peak sweeps it away from Greer. Patra took a big hit along the far boards, knocked down as it rattles back around toward the near side corner. Lorai deals out for Brazo. Marchand just inside the Florida line. Centering pass for Patra, broken up by Giles. Pikola and Peak collide. Just puck out into the neutral ice. And Giles will bring it ahead. Samoskevich was going down the middle, but couldn't find him with that pass. Giles at the back of the net against Lorai. Battle. Brazo reaches in, wins that puck. Taken back along the far boards by Balinskis. Pivots it back toward the far face-off circle. Here's Ekblad from the center of the blue line with a shot that went wide to the right side. Giles wrestling with Peak behind the net as both guys go down.
Long shift for 4 of the 5 guys on the ice right now.
Brazo finds the handle. We'll back it up for Peak. Over to Lorai.
Now you just need to get the 2D off.
Lorai's pass out to the blue line for Frederick. Moves it to the attacking blue line for Geeky, but turned over. And here's Lundell back the other way. Shoots and scores. Lundell coming right down the right face-off circle. Beats Swayman one-on-one. And Florida has a 2-goal lead.
Marathon shift for Peak and Lorai. This puck gets moved up in some open ice on the left wing side. They're going to try to get to the bench on a line change. That puck's got to get deep right there at the blue line. Now they got to hustle back on the play, and Lundell comes into a good shooting position coming down the right wing side. Lorai's going to try to get back on him, but he wanted to get to the bench. You expect that puck to get deep enough to make a line change there, the defense to get off the ice.
So second of the game for Anton Lundell.
Make that 4 preventable goal.
Second of the season for him as well. So 4-2 lead now for Florida. 6:45 to play. Puck in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Pastrnak wrapped it around to the far side. Carlo tapped it back deep. All the way back around near side it comes. Hampus Lindholm pinching against the boards against Reinhart to keep that in. Thrown to the net. And Bobrovsky hangs on to it.
Yeah, it's hockey season, the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bruins will head out on a 3-game road trip after this one today. Colorado on Wednesday night, Utah on Saturday, and then Nashville a week from Tuesday. That comes behind the Florida net. And Elias Lindholm put a pretty good check on Ekblad. But the Panthers skate away with the puck. Verhaeghe. Bennett in the far corner, moves it around the near side. Forsling tapped it back toward the blue line, but picked off by Pastrnak. And McAvoy coming through neutral ice will drive it into the Florida zone. Boston getting some changes on here. Pastrnak in on the forecheck against Verhaeghe. Kastelik moved it back to Lorai at the blue line. Faked a shot. Now steps in left circle and scores! Mason Lorai wrists it through Bobrovsky, and the Bruins are back within 1.
Good movement by Lorai here, right? I mean, this is what he's really good at. Especially in the offensive zone, what he's really good at. Eyes up. Kastelik's going to give this puck to him. Hold it. Change the angle. Move to his forehand. Walk in. I mean, he walks past the dot that time. Nobody comes at him for the Florida Panthers. Good forecheck to start by Beecher. Kastelik rotates it back. And the Panthers are so preoccupied in front of the net with Beecher. Beecher actually has a good hold on the stick. Nice concealment there. And it allows Lorai to step in. Verhaeghe's covering them, Beecher. And he's got his back to Lorai. It allows Lorai to walk into a good shooting position. Forsling can't adjust and get over there. So Lorai certainly is shaking it off, right? The turnover in the first period.
He's got a goal and an assist today.
Cut down on some of the mistakes as a team right now.
Down 4-3 now. 5.5 minutes to play in this second period. Here's Beecher from the near side wall. He'll bank one ahead. Koepke giving chase. Schmidt coming back, pumping those legs. They'll whistle it an icing.
It's another fourth line goal.
Yep. All three of them.
Kastelik's going to get one of the assists on it anyhow.
Yeah. That'll be the third assist of the day for Kastelik. Face-off win by the Panthers, but linesman says nope. We'll drop it again.
I mean, Pastrnak was out on the ice as well, but that's. I mean, you got Beecher and Kastelik. They're in the middle of a line change.
Face-off controlled by the Bruins from their own zone. 5:20 to play in the period. 4-3 Florida leads. Koepke backhands ahead into the Panthers zone, but it'll be Kulikov there. Off the near boards to Gadjevich and dumps it in. Swayman will go out behind the net. Backhands the puck along for Peak. Kept in at the blue line here for Florida and back into the right wing corner. Lorai there first. Peak will go behind the net. Long pass out to neutral ice. Off the stick of Brazo. Balinskis took a shot from Patra. And it'll come back into the Boston territory. Lori will get it once again. We've got 4:40 to play here in the second period. Pass got through Marchand near the red line, and they're going to whistle that an icing against the Bruins. Kastelic 3 assists, gives him 5 points in 4 games. His pair of goals, now 3 assists, had 10 points all of last year in 63 games up in Ottawa. Patra wins the faceoff, uncontested. Lundell was not expecting that drop of the puck.
Yeah.
Marchand gets it into the Florida zone.
That was after an icing, too.
Redirected through neutral ice. It'll come to Hampus Lindholm back in his own zone for the Bruins. Elias Lindholm redirected the pass out to center. Luostarinen, Ekblad, and now a dump in behind Swayman. Into the far left wing corner. Carlo there first. Off of Pasternak, it comes free out near the blue line. Shot back into the near corner by Kulikov. Reversed to the near wall. Elias Lindholm, Zacha, and now Hampus Lindholm. He'll carry out. Just bats it ahead. Rodriguez took that away near the Florida blue line. Hampus has him pushed up against the front of the Boston bench there, far side. We got 5, now 6 players all in a position battle, trying to find the handle here. And Zacha pulls it free. Pasternak from the red line. Angles one off the near boards and into the corner. Kulikov got it back toward the near side. Zadorov at the blue line to keep in. Shot in off the near glass in the corner. Kicked in behind the net. Sent out of the zone, but gathered right back in by the Bruins as Pasternak lifts one across ice. Frederick will get to it first. Tried to leave it for McAvoy, and then Kulikov stumbled as he pursued that puck. The Panthers regain and clear the zone. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the second. 4-3, Florida on top. Frederick gains the attacking blue line. Shot it in off the end boards and off the outside of the net. Rodriguez looking the other way. He had Jesper Boquist sneaking up ice, but couldn't get the puck to him at the Boston line. Coyle behind the net to Zadorov. Frederick drops it back off for McAvoy. Kastelic backhands it in from the blue line. Bobrovsky stops it behind the net. Adam Boquist, far corner, shouldered by Frederick. Bouncing into the air. Greer took a nice size hit from Kastelic.
Yeah, he saw the number and he was going after him.
Behind the net comes Schmidt. Settling in behind Bobrovsky with 2:08 to go in the period. Adam Boquist up the right side for Greer, taken away at the blue line by Lori. Beecher turns with it, gives back to Lori, who deals a pass up the left side. He's got Brazo. Brazo nearly had Beecher cutting to the front of the net. Instead, the Panthers will go the other direction. Greer takes another check on the far boards, this time from Brazo. Beecher giving chase against Adam Boquist. In behind the net, Schmidt takes the puck away from the two of them. Damaskevich lost it to Pasternak out in the neutral ice. And a dump in by Hampus Lindholm, who stick broke as he took a heavy hit from Gadjevich in front of the penalty boxes. Balinskis gains the Boston line as Marchand comes crashing into him. Giles and Carlo in pursuit of the puck near corner. Patra pulls it away from them, and Zadorov behind his own net. And it's 5 to go in the period. As Patra comes forward, gives to Marchand at the blue line. Marchand cutting to his left, took the shot. Tipped up and over by Bobrovsky.
Patra took a shot from Ekblad after he dropped that puck from Marchand.
Zadorov smashed at by Balinskis. Marchand looking across ice for Pasternak. Instead, kicked on to McAvoy. McAvoy playing to try to hit Hampus Lindholm, who was coming on from the bench. Bruins able to keep it alive here. It's Hampus again, handing off for Pasternak. Throws one to the net and wide. It'll come near side. Reaching out to get it is Patra, and just couldn't keep it in at the blue line. Panthers have it with under 30 seconds to play in the period. Luostarinen steps into the Boston zone to the right circle. Up against McAvoy, forced him away from the net. Kulikov out near the blue line with a shot blocked by Hampus in front of the net. And Frederick will bring it to the red line and softly into the Florida zone with 10 seconds to go in the period. Nikola going to settle in behind his own net. See if Florida tries for one last rush here. Reinhart tapped one in across the Boston line, but turned away there by Elias Lindholm, and that brings us to the end of period number 2. So 2 goals aside in that second period. Carlo and Lohrei for the Bruins, bookending goals by Sam Reinhart and Anton Lundell. And the Florida Panthers take a 4-3 lead into the locker room at the end of 40 minutes. We'll return to TD Garden here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Point of sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify point of sale. Retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
It's natural to have a fear of missing out, but Pearl Vision can help you maximize your vision benefits so you don't miss out on what you're entitled to. Whether you need an updated prescription or replace your broken glasses, make the most of your benefits before they expire. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your exam today. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
It promises to be a month of tricks, treats, and of course, touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NFL, is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New to DraftKings? Try betting on something simple like a player to take it in for 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here, 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
With the cost of everything going up today, wouldn't it be nice to save money, especially on your insurance? And if it was easy to do? At Hub International New England, they're making it simple to protect your family, home, and more. With one call to their new number, 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Easy, right? 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub is the largest insurance broker in New England and offers the widest possible range of options in personal insurance from the best companies like Safety Insurance. Save money and time by calling 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub International New England. They take insurance personally. Learn more at GoCallHub.com. That's GoCallHub.com.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Kastelik moved it back to Lohrei at the blue line, faked a shot, now steps in left circle and scores! Mason Lohrei wrists it through Bobrovsky, and the Bruins are back within 1. Bruins trailing the Florida Panthers 4-3 at the end of 2 periods here at TD Garden alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston, and it has been a bit of a back-and-forth game in this one. Bruins had an early lead. Florida capitalized on a couple of opportunities later on in the first period. Took a 2-1 lead. Bruins able to tie it, but then Florida with a shorthanded goal from Reinhart, and back and forth we go. And That goal from Lori, the latest of 7 goals scored in this one through the first 40 minutes. But it's been kind of what you would expect between these two teams. Emotions have run high at times, and both teams capitalizing on some good opportunities.
Yeah, it's been physical. It got a little heated there in the first period. It kind of settled a little bit in the second. There were still hits and whatever, but and still physical play. But, I mean, you want to start good or bad, Ryan? Well, you tell me. What would you like to start with?
I'm a positive guy.
You're a positive guy? Then it's the fourth line.
Yeah.
Right? It's the fourth line. They've been in on all 3 goals for the Bruins here today. The third goal, Pasternak was part of that line just because he hadn't gotten off the ice on the line change yet. But Beecher has a goal and an assist. Kaslik has 3 helpers. I know 2 of the goals came from defensemen. One was Lori, one was Carlo, but it's all caused by the forecheck of those players. I mean, Koepke, Kaslik, Beecher deserve a ton of credit so far in this game for the way that they've played. And they're on the board with all 3 of Boston's goals. That says a lot right there about the way that the game has gone. Not that they're not capable of doing it, but now you need some contribution, at least off the score sheet, from a few other areas. So good hard work, good forecheck, tenacious on pucks, physical on pucks, getting to the front of the net, all check marks for them, and good on them. Now the negative side of things, of the 4 goals that Florida has, 3 of them are unassisted. Why do you think that is? Turnovers.
Yeah.
First period, turnover behind the net. Right? Mason Lori tries to go back to, he got a D to D pass from Lindholm, tries to go back to D over the other side, and Lundell's right there. And Lundell's able to push it home, from a sharp angle there as Swayman tried to move to his left. Reinhardt's second goal, shorthanded goal, was a turnover. You're getting pressure along the half wall. That's Potter getting pressure along the half wall, and Reinhardt's a good player, and he's able to take that puck away from him, get going the other way. And he didn't finish it off the initial rush, but he stayed with it and was able to kind of pull the puck, I guess, away from Coyle. I don't know how to really describe that when Coyle had it. Looks like he's going to skate it out of trouble, and all of a sudden Reinhardt's there. And Reinhardt pushes it home. Pretty easy goal for him after he makes the great defensive play. And then the Bruins don't get the puck deep. And you've got Lori and Peak who are trying to get off the ice after a long shift. Offensive blue line, second period. You got to go a long way to the bench. And the Bruins had an opportunity to get the puck deep. And unfortunately, it was Geekie who didn't get it deep in that situation. Geekie didn't get another shift after that. And Lundell comes down the other way. And Lori's got to turn around and try to get back. Now, you don't put that one on him. He's expecting that puck to get deep there. Now he's got to try to get all the way back. Can't do it. And Lundell, one that you hope that Swayman can come up with, but he beats him. But there's 4 mistakes there, and 3 of them off of turnovers.
That has been kind of the story of this game for the Bruins defensively.
There's your pluses, there's your minuses. Yeah. But there were only 1 goal down in this game, and they can, if they clean up some of those areas and you get some contributions from some other people offensively here in this one, you're right back at it.
I'll tell you what, that fourth line has been terrific in the early part of this season, and Jim Montgomery is leaning on them in some good situations here, including starting periods and coming out after power plays and the like. So it is a 4-3 lead for the Florida Panthers at the end of 2 periods. We've got more to come from TD Garden, but right now it's our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation. Coldplay Live 2025 Music of the Spheres World Tour will be live at Gillette Stadium on July 15th, and due to phenomenal demand, a second show added on July 16th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. We'll get a check of what's going on around the NHL scoreboard when we come back. 2 periods in the books. It's Florida 3 and Florida 4 rather, and Boston 3. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Are you in the market for a new utility vehicle? Thinking about a hybrid, EV, or plug-in hybrid? Kia has 10 electrified utility vehicles to choose from. Whether you're an adventure seeker ready to load up a Sportage turbo hybrid and head out for a road trip, a sharp-dressed professional expertly navigating traffic in an all-electric EV9, or someone who wants electric for every day and fuel for far away and thinks the Sorento plug-in hybrid is more your speed. Kia has something for you. In fact, with a broad lineup of hybrids, EVs, and plug-in hybrids, Kia has something for everybody. So the question isn't which vehicle to get, it's which Kia to get. Find out more at your local Kia showroom today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. The 2025 Sorento PHEV has an EPA estimated all-electric range of 31 miles on a full battery charge. Actual range will vary.
Listening.
I'm Mark Trissy, president of Jackson Lumber and Millwork. Since 1946, we've been proud to bring quality products like AZEK Exteriors to our customers.
From shingle to trim and siding, AZEK Exteriors products look just like real wood and are the perfect choice for any style home. And just like traditional lumber, they are easy to install.
That's Mark Marusi, our rep from AZEK Exteriors.
AZEK trim and siding is easy to maintain and resistant to mold, mildew, and moisture damage. And we back our products with an industry-leading warranty.
Our mission at Jackson has always been to provide customers with top-notch service, quality materials, and the most innovative products in the industry.
You can rely on the knowledgeable Jackson sales team to help you select the right AZEK product for your project. Sustainability, engineered to last, AZEK products are the ideal choice for the moisture-rich New England climate.
Contractors, builders, and homeowners, visit Jackson Lumber and Millwork in Lawrence, Woburn, Amesbury, and Raymond, New Hampshire for all your building materials and supplies. Or visit us online at jacksonlumber.com. That's Jackson Lumber and Millwork, providing solutions and delivering results since 1946.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Back to the TD Garden after 2 periods of play. The Panthers leading the Bruins by the score of 4-3. We take a look at our out-of-town scores this afternoon. The Los Angeles Kings in Ottawa to take on the Senators. That game is tied up at 5 at the end of 2 periods. Beginning of the third period, New Jersey with a 2-0 lead over the Utah Hockey Club. Other games getting underway later on tonight. Detroit will visit New York to play the Rangers. Montreal plays host to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Islanders are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. Here in Boston, it's Florida 4 and Boston 3. We have all the third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
Hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
Hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $289 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.79 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 11/4/24.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season? Do what I do. Get there without the traffic torment and just take the train. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free and enjoy later nighttime service after the game. And if the game's on a weekend, ride with $10 weekends. Get tickets on board or with the M-Ticket app.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
This is a black and gold flashback.
High slot. Here's Krug. Wrist far circle. Marchand shoots, deflected. They score! That's a far spot for David Pastrnak. He directs it home right through the blue paint. 4-1 Bruins. A power play goal.
David Pastrnak scored 4 goals for the first time in his career in a 4-2 win over Anaheim on this date back in 2019. To date, that is Pasta's only 4-goal game of his 19 career hat tricks, 17 during the regular season and 2 more in the postseason. Our black and gold flashback for today. Here this afternoon, it's the Florida Panthers 4 and the Bruins 3 as we head to the start of the third period. Bruins with a goal from Johnny Beecher. From Kastelik and Lohrei at 4:53 of the first, jumped out to a 1-0 lead. An unassisted goal by Anton Lundell at 6:37 would tie the game at 1. And then a power play goal from Sam Reinhart, assisted by Adam Boqvist at 11:51, made it a 2-1 Florida lead. In the second period, Brandon Carlo tied it up from Koepke and Kastelik at 5:08. But just 4.5 minutes later at 9:39, Sam Reinhart on an unassisted shorthanded goal put Florida back in front. Anton Lundell would score unassisted at 12:59 to make it a 2-goal cushion, but Mason Lohrei's goal at 14:07 of the second from Kastelik and Beecher has it a 4-3 game at the end of 2 periods. Shots on goal in that second period, 10-6 in favor of Florida. They lead 19-18 for the game. Panthers are 1 out of 4 on the power play. Bruins 0 for 3 so far. Bruins will be going from left to right here in the third period.
0 for 3 and a shorthanded goal against.
What was that stat you gave us earlier? About 50% of the games in the league so far have been won and come from behind variety.
Yep. 20 out of the 40 games so far.
Now here's hoping for number 21.
If I read that correctly.
Face off at center ice.
And it's not necessarily third period comebacks. It's any time.
Right. As Mikkola drives it in around the boards to the far side of the Boston zone. Zadorov, he had a stick snap in half as he tried to twist that puck in behind the net. And now getting one from Koepke.
Be a little shorter for him.
A little bit. Back to the blue line. Aren't too many guys in the league whose stick wouldn't be a little too short for Zadorov. Kulikov at the blue line. Challenged by Koepke without the stick. Koepke ran in to Bennett. Puck is free. Kastelik able to clear it out.
Softly enough. It doesn't go all the way down, even on the clean ice. Smart play.
45 seconds into the period. Bruins get a fresh unit out there. Forsling passed off to the right side. Ristarinen kicked it in across the Boston line. Able to regather from the right circle, try to center. Hampus Lindholm cut it off.
Good recovery by Lindholm there, yeah.
Hampus along the end boards, shoots it around the far boards off Zacha, not out of the zone. Lundell sweeps it back deep. Hampus will bounce it along for Carlo. Sends it near side for Pastrnak. He whips a backhander over to Hampus Lindholm, drives it in behind Bobrovsky, all the way around to the near side circle. Forced back in behind the net. Ekblad there for Florida. Ristarinen couldn't get it cleanly as he came out of the zone. Carlo back to Pastrnak along the near boards. Now Zacha forced back away from the blue line. Barlow to Peak. Peak stops inside of his own blue line and backs up. Bruins getting some piecemeal changes up front. Peak to Marchand. Gains the red line, lifts it down the left wing wall. Patra will go in after it. Took a tumble into the boards as he tried to stop short. Jesper Boquist got it through Peak. Lorai back to cover up as he goes in behind the net. Around to the far side goes the puck. Mikkola takes a tumble courtesy of Patra. Puck comes careening across toward the near side. Samaskevich centering pass looking for Mikkola, and Lorai got a stick on that. Back to the near side boards. Kulikov just inside the blue line. Samaskevich to the back of the net. Walks his way to the right circle. Now to Greer. Just inside the circle. But the shot didn't make it to Swayman.
Good help by Brazo coming across there, recognizing that and getting to him before he could turn and get the shot away.
Peak passes on to Lorai. Back over far side Peak. Gadjevich pressuring. Outlet pass to Coyle. He'll bring back into the Boston zone.
Yeah, I get Frederick, Coyle, and Geeky now. He missed a couple shifts at the end of that second period. Marchand playing on that other line there with Patra and Brazo.
Zadorov chases a free puck back toward the back of his net. Reversed it to McAvoy. Now Zadorov coming out of the zone. Gets the pass for McAvoy. Drives it in around the boards. Ripped away from Coyle. McAvoy keeps in. Coyle, one touch along for Frederick. Frederick pivots back toward the boards. Geeky out near the blue line over to Zadorov, and his wrister up high on Bobrovsky, who cradles it against his body.
Yeah, nobody able to rotate over there. It's a pretty routine save there from Bobrovsky on the wrister by Zadorov, but Bruins just trying to get something to the net. Most of it that was on the outside, working just to get a shot away. Some words between Bennett and Frederick down low. Now Gadjevich.
And the Panthers, without one of their chief troublemakers in Matthew Tkachuk today, out with an illness both Saturday and today. And of course their captain Sasha Barkov sidelined week to week after nasty spill into the boards in Ottawa on Thursday night. Barlow out near the blue line. Sends one across ice, trying to set up Pasternak, but there was traffic in the way. Verhaeghe hands off for Mikkola, cutting out of the Florida zone. He'll backhand it down behind Swayman. He comes out to play it. Reverse back around the near boards and bounces off Rodriguez and out. Kulikov driving it back in, cut off near side boards by Carla. Pasternak plays into open ice for Hampus Lindholm. Quickly ahead for Elias Lindholm, and tips it around behind Bobrovsky. Went out, left it in that trapezoid. Bruins able to steal it. Pasternak's got it on the left circle. Back to Lorai for a shot. And into the glove of Bobrovsky, hangs on.
Again, had a look at that one. End of a shift for the forwards there, but they were able to rotate it back out high. Eventually get this shot from Lorai. Got a good ability to get the shot through. Mentioned that in a second. That was on display in the second period for his goal. And the crossbar he hit the other day.
Yeah, similar type of a play there, too. Like, you know, kind of gives the defender a head shake.
But he moved, today he moved to the forehand. Yeah. The other day, he didn't go to the backhand, but he moved to his right instead of to his left.
Bobrovsky turns away a deflected shot. Now Peak with a drive. Knocked down in front. Kastelik couldn't find it, but Beecher did. Beecher pivots it back for Lorai. Now again to Beecher. Brings it to the blue line himself. Peak at the right point with a shot. Save made. Kastelik right in front of Bobrovsky.
Yeah, guess which line again?
In that far corner. Putting pressure on. Koepke with a steal. Kastelik couldn't get that quite out in front, and the Panthers will clear and try a quick change here as the Bruins step ahead. Peak pushes it into the Florida zone. Heads off. He's trying to head off as part of a change. Instead, he'll have to stay out there as Jesper Boquist brings across the line. Here's Greer. Centering pass. Knocked aside by McAvoy. McAvoy tapped it toward the near side boards. Thrown toward the net by Boquist, but wide. Shot goes over Swayman's head off the stick of Ekblad. Boquist again. Brings it around the far side boards. Greer moves it behind the net. Brazo giving chase. Boquist got it back to Ekblad. Shot right into Swayman's glove. He'll hang on.
That time was the Bruins' opportunity to keep things clear there so that Swayman could see that shot coming in as a routine save. But that fourth line again for the Bruins, just the energy that they provide up front. It's been a broken record today, and that's a good thing for the Bruins. Now they got to have a few other guys following suit.
Face off in the defensive zone. Won by Frederick. Hold behind the net. Checked by Gadjevich on Geekie. Bruins get it out. Adam Boquist pass off the far board, picked up by Belinskas. Inside the Boston zone. Back of the net. Carlo there first. Coyle under pressure from Mikula. Pops it back for Carlo. Hampus Lindholm thought about the pass up ice. Now carries it ahead to the red line. Dumps it in. Bobrovsky stopped it back of the net. Adam Boquist slams on the brakes. Pivots back in behind the net. Goes off to the right side. Belinskas with a pass up ice. Giles had it jump away from him near the Boston blue line. Thinking about a long pass intended for Geekie. Nate Schmidt in front of the penalty boxes near side. Kulikov to the far side for Rodriguez. Got it deep into Boston territory. McAvoy reversed it around to the far side. Elias Lindholm holds Rodriguez off the puck. McAvoy from behind his net toward the near side. This Zacha with that pass. Dumped back in by Schmidt. Zadorov will get to it first, far wall. Bennett takes a tumble as he tried to keep that puck alive. Pass comes to Zacha in the neutral ice. Now Pasternak just inside the line. Zacha right down the middle. And got a good look at Bobrovsky, but Bobrovsky makes the pad save. Bruins coming back here defensively now. It'll be Lohrei to his own blue line, to the red line. He and Kastelik get a little tangled near the attacking blue line. Play winds up offside. 12:59 to go here in the third period. It's the Florida Panthers with a 4-3 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
It's never too late to secure affordable coverage through SelectQuote. Show your loved ones they're your top priority by protecting their future.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
It seems like a second ago we were busting out sunscreen and hanging tin at the water park. Now we're carving out pumpkins and hanging cobwebs from our windows. A lot can happen in a second. That's why ADT spends all of their seconds helping protect all of yours. So while you're off sipping cider at the orchard, the ADT Plus app gives you complete control over who has access to your home. With the Google Nest doorbell from ADT, you can see for yourself if the person at the front door is a scary goblin or just your next-door neighbor. And ADT has the largest number of company-owned 24/7 monitoring centers in the industry, with real people giving you real peace of mind. Yes, this season may be spooky, but you can feel secure. Because when every second counts, you can count on ADT. Visit ADT.com today or call 1-800-ADT-ASAP.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
12:59 left here in the third period. Florida 4, Bruins 3 here this afternoon at TD Garden. Final game of this three-game homestand for Boston. Having picked up victories over Montreal and Los Angeles so far. Third of 4 straight on the road for the Florida Panthers, who head to Columbus after this one.
I believe that it's Columbus's first home game, if I'm not mistaken. I
think that's right. That'll be tomorrow night.
With all the circumstances there in Columbus, that'll be an emotional one.
No question. The Gaudreau brothers have been remembered at every home opener around the league. The puck moved out of the Boston zone through neutral ice. Bruins will get some changes on here and have to hurry. Lundell moving down the left circle with a shot off of Swayman. McAvoy, far boards, will backhand into the air and out through neutral ice. Kulikov able to hold up Brazo and get away with it. Mikkola will step back inside the attacking zone here for Florida. Wide angle shot off the left pad of Swayman. Taken by Patra. Knocked off the puck. Verhaeghe swing and a miss as that puck came his direction. Mikkola from the red line will drive it in. Swayman gives to Zadorov. Verhaeghe on the far side hash marks, wins it back, plays in behind, and McAvoy will try it around the near side this time. They get it out as Brazo gets a pass from Marchand, moves in all the way in behind the Panther net, and a centering pass. Patra got turned around in there. Carlo centering pass, that got through everyone.
Had Brazo and Miklos had him tied up.
Rodriguez sends it into the Boston zone, but an icing just shy of the red line. Rodriguez having a few words with a couple of guys over by the Boston bench as he got tangled with Marchand headed toward their respective benches. Zaka will take this draw in the offensive zone. Elias Lindholm along the far side of the face-off circle. Pasternak in the slot. And the puck came popping back toward Bobrovsky, and he quickly dives on top of it.
Yeah, it gives the Panthers an opportunity to get a line change. Eddie Cheering is showing Jason Varitek in one of the suites.
Face off will be to our right, far circle. Oquist won the draw. Puck is volleyed out through neutral ice and bouncing down into the Boston zone where Brandon Carlo attempted to clear. Amaskevich got a stick on it. Boquist as well. Now Greer tapping at it. No one can really seem to find the handle. Now Samaskevich does as he goes behind the net. Angles off the far boards. Back to the point man Ekblad, who fires a one-timer wide. Forsling couldn't quite keep it alive at the near side of the blue line. Dumped back in by Ekblad. And an offside.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. A couple guys cleared, but one of them jumped before everybody else was out. You know, we didn't talk about Bobrovsky a lot this period. He's made some good saves on some point shots that have come through. But the best one he made, we went to commercial, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, was off the paddle, Zaka, right? The pass from Pasternak, and Zaka was able to get behind Ekblad, I believe that was. And tried to go low to the glove side. By far the best opportunity of this period for the Bruins off the rush.
20 out of 23 today for Bobrovsky. He's got the puck coming behind his net here. Frederick forced it toward the far side circle. Mikkola, though, will clear it out. Up the right side comes Gadjevich. Backhanding in behind Jeremy Swayman. Pete took a tumble as he and Giles came together. Puck will rattle around the far boards and just out past an outstretched Mikkola. Lorai leaves it along the end boards. Lundell able to tap that back to Adam Boquist from the blue line. A save made by Swayman. And the rebound taken by Lorai. Takes a hit, but moves it ahead for Geekie, and from the center circle, he'll dump it into the left wing corner. Kastelik goes crashing in against Boquist. Now Beecher putting pressure on Lundell. He reverses it toward the near side of the face-off circle. Cleared out through neutral ice, and Sam Reinhart chips it down in the right wing corner. Goes in there against Zadorov. McAvoy going back of the net, got tripped up. Comes up, gives Luostarinen a shove. Lusterinen comes free with the puck. Tried to feed Lundell, but off the heel of his stick and comes all the way out to neutral ice. 9.5 to play. Florida 4, Boston 3.
Yeah, kind of a low event period, which Florida's very happy about right now.
Puck trickling in towards Swayman. He'll paddle it away from his crease, but turned over, and Bennett got a quick shot. Jeremy had to make a save, and now the Bruins will head back the other way. Patra with speed. Down the middle. Poke checked off his stick by Forsling. Brazo sends it back to Hampus Lindholm. Backing along the blue line. Takes a shot. Save made in the rebound. Patra gets taken down as he went for that loose puck. And the Bruins will go to the power play with 8:58 to go. Good opportunity there for Boston, and now a power play with a chance to tie it when we come back. 4-3, Florida has the lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No, bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum who lays it up and in with the right hand, and the Celtics are dancing right now. They're Brogdon across half court. Nets fans headed for the exits. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the way. Tatum to the right. Pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fade. No! Got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank. Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
The Honda Prologue, Civic Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid are redefining the future of electrifying performance. But the one thing that launches us to the front lines of innovation is the spirit of determination that powers us. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online today.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
8:58 to go. Bruins to the power play. Down 4-3 here on home ice. Ekblad called for taking down Matt Patra.
That was a good opportunity just prior to that as well. And
there's McAvoy setting up for Pasternak, a one-timer. And it caught the iron and tipped out a play.
And right off the face-up, before Florida has a chance to get set up defensively, McAvoy puts this on a tee. A little interference by Zacha. Nicely done, right, to not allow Lusterinen to get out there to try to block that shot. And just delay him for a second. It's not blatant. It's just get in his way.
Did hit the crossbar. Here's Marchand with a drive. Blocked. Down on one knee was Lusterinen.
Yeah, you got the block on that one.
Marchand gives to McAvoy back inside the Boston zone. Minute 45 to go on the power play. McAvoy hands back to Pasternak. Coming to neutral ice. To the right side, Elias Lindholm steps across the Florida line. Sends it around the boards. The players converge. It came back to McAvoy at the blue line. Pasternak trying to leave it in the corner for Zacha. Back to Pasternak. Now Marchand fires across to McAvoy. Right side. Into the corner. Elias Lindholm. Pressured by Forsling. Puck hit Lusterinen, and Lundell will clear it all the way down.
Bruins have just not handled the pressure of the Panthers. They have not had it set up at all in the zone. Two face-off chances there, but
McAvoy drops off to Pasternak, coming out with a full head of steam into neutral ice. Chipped down the left wing boards by Zacha. Pasternak wraps it in behind the net. Marchand, right circle, sends one across. Pasternak back up top for McAvoy. Right circle again, Marchand. Zacha trying to touch it back along for Elias Lindholm. Broken up, but right back to Marchand. Here's McAvoy with a tip by Elias Lindholm in on Bobrovsky. 35 to go on the power play.
First time they've gotten set up shot.
Cleared here by Reinhart all the way down to Swayman. Who stops it and will hang on to it. Bruins changing the power play unit. 25 seconds to go with a man advantage. Hampus Lindholm skates it out to the center circle. Drives it into the right wing corner. Around to the far side corner. It'll be tipped back toward the point for Hampus. Coyle sent one to the left circle. Was trying to set up Patra, but broken up at the last moment. Brazo now. He sends in front. A chance on the rebound as Frederick had a great opportunity turned away by Bobrovsky. A shot by Patra. Blocked by Mikkola. Power play is over.
Brazos had 2 backhand passes to the front of the net. That was a beauty right there for Trent Frederick.
Puck volleyed out into the neutral zone. Peak gloved it down, and it came to Frederick. The whistle, the hand pass with 6:41 to go. The team's at full strength, and Florida still leading by a goal.
Hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. Well, Bobrovsky fought that good chance from Elias Lindholm off. That was a nice play by McAvoy. They got 2 or 3 real good chances off this power play. One from Pasternak right off the face-off, and then those 2 that we just mentioned. A lot of work to get those chances, though.
Deep into the Florida zone. Beecher backhands it behind the net to Koepke waiting in the far left wing corner. Back to Mason Lohrei at the blue line. Walks it along the blue line. Now steps away from Rodriguez. Sent it in front. Beecher, and it hit him in the skate. Verhaeghe will bring back out into the neutral zone and softly into the Boston end. Beecher starting it up ice. Kastelik will backhand it deep. Bobrovsky behind the net will stop it. Both teams getting changes on ahead of the play here with 6:07 to go. Schmidt from the red line. Hard around the boards. Zadorov first to it. Pass across ice for Zacha. Zacha trying to lift one across for Elias Lindholm. McAvoy hustling on to it to keep it in the zone. Behind the net. Lindholm lets it go for Pasternak. Around to the far side it comes. Zacha back in behind the net. Oster going to try and get it out in front. He gets knocked down as both he and Ekblad hit the deck. Still free in the zone as Zacha to Zadorov. Pushes it deeper. Ekblad and Pasternak came together. McAvoy upended in the corner. Kept alive by Elias Lindholm out near the blue line. Fills it deep for Pasternak. We got 5:20 to play. Bruins down by 1. Puck in the air. Comes down to the right wing corner. Lindholm gets tripped up by Boqvist. No call. To the far point. McAvoy. Elias Lindholm back to the net from the top of the faceoff circle. Deals across ice to the near side for Zadorov. Samoskevich dropped his stick. He gets it back as the puck gets locked up in the corner. Pasternak trying to get it to the front of the net. Here's Patra going to get it behind the net. He brings it out in front and on to Zadorov back at the blue line. Pasternak left circle. Centering pass blocked by Ekblad. Puck in his skates. Puck kept alive now by Marchand, and he brings in behind the net.
That's a long shift for those guys. Pasternak had to get off.
Out near the blue line. Peak gets a piece of the puck. Kept alive. Brazeau. Right circle. Here's Marchand.
Panthers can't get off on a change.
Back to Peak. One-timer was blocked. Greer gets the clear.
Back at him.
Peak, we're going to bring it right back in as the Panthers were trying to get some changes on. Patra throws it in front. Marchand trying for the redirect. Got knocked to an E. Back up top. Here's Hampus with a drive. That blocked by Ekblad. He's hurting as the puck comes behind the net. Marchand pushing into the far corner to keep that puck moving. Nate Schmidt lifts it off glass and out of play. With 3:58 to go, the Bruins amping up the pressure, but it's still Florida 4 and Boston 3. We'll be back with a finish of regulation next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
What do Mattel, Banana Republic, Butcher Box, and Glossier all have in common? They power their businesses with Shopify. Shopify is the most innovative and scaled commerce platform on the planet that also happens to have the best converting checkout on the planet. And that's no industry secret. That's Shopify. Learn more at shopify.com/enterprise.
The games play here.
Right back, Pasternak steers it to the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pasternak fires, he scores! David Pasternak! Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side. Go! Goal, bounces outside 20, goodbye to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the lead! Touchdown, New England!
Bang, bang, 2!
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own Own your skill. Own your goals. Own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's natural to have a fear of missing out, but Pearl Vision can help you maximize your vision benefits so you don't miss out on what you're entitled to. Whether you need an updated prescription or replace your broken glasses, make the most of your benefits before they expire. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your exam today. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
3:58 to go in regulation. Florida Panthers have a 4-3 lead over the Bruins here on this Monday matinee. And an attacking zone faceoff coming up. Meeting of the minds out near the blue line here for Elias Lindholm, Pasternak, Zaka, McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm. A false start on the draw. Now they do it. Zaka wins the face-off. Hampus gets it deep for Pasternak along the end boards, trying to get it to Zaka in front. Taken away by Forsling. Kept alive off the far wall by Hampus Lindholm. Gets locked up. Everybody digging in, trying to find that puck. 3:35 to go. Now it squirts free onto Mikkola. Zaka kicks it back to Hampus Lindholm. On to McAvoy. McAvoy walks it toward the near side boards. Shoots it down the wall all the way around behind the net. Hampus Lindholm in the corner. Had it taken by Reinhart. Mikkola tried to backhand it ahead. Now Lundell does, but kept alive out near the blue line by Zaka. Shot by Frederick into traffic in front. Doesn't make it to the net. Hampus Lindholm of the blue line. Had it batted out of the zone by Lundell. McAvoy circles back to get it. Goes behind Swayman. 3 minutes even to play. Pastelik, one touch to pass along for a cutting Pete. Into the right wing corner. Frederick backhands behind the net. Pastelik goes crashing in along the far boards to keep that puck deep. Panthers will try near side with it this time. Verhaeghe goes across ice and up through neutral ice. Bennett right down the middle, and the pass broken up with a back check by Beecher. 2:35 to go. Peak picked off at center ice by Bennett.
He had Marchand open on that left wing.
Bennett throws a dipping shot in on goal, and Swayman makes the stop. Lohrei will play it over toward Hampus Lindholm far side as the Bruins will replace Lohrei with McAvoy.
How long do you wait here with Swayman? The fans getting antsy. They want the Bruins to get out of the zone here.
Hampus Lindholm, bad pass into the far corner, taken away, but Bruins will survive that as Pasternak will dump it in.
Swayman going to the bench.
Extra attacker comes on. Puck kicks in behind the Florida net. Off the near boards. McAvoy keeps it deep toward the corner. Elias Lindholm shoved by Ekblad behind the net. Marchand's got it. Right side hash marks. On to McAvoy at the blue line. Throws it deep. First back around near side by Forsling. It's McAvoy. Shot one off the near boards. Rebound came off of Bobrovsky. And nearly a opportunity to get that tied before Bobrovsky could get it covered.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody's answer. They want the Bruins to shoot. They want them to get it, but you can't. Like, the shot has to come with a purpose, right? And if you've got nobody around the front of the net, or if you've got two guys right in front of you, you can't get that shot there. So you've got to be a little bit patient. But you do have to get to the inside ice at some point, right? And eventually that shot comes through by McAvoy, and there's a rebound there. And there have been a few here today from Bobrovsky, and the Bruins are trying to get there and can't quite get to it. They always talk about inside ice, and most of that was on the perimeter. You know, you go back to that long shift where Ekblad got hurt. He couldn't get off the ice. He was stuck out there forever. And Bruins have really good pressure there. I don't know if they ever got anything to the net, but they kept everything in. They kept it alive. They won battles, and it was just, Florida did a pretty good job of defending when they were, they were fatigued. I'd like to see some shift times there.
Jim Montgomery using his timeout here with a minute and 28 seconds left. And his team looking to tie things up. So the two Lindholms both out there. Marchand, Pasternak, Zacha, McAvoy. That's the six-man unit with the face-off in the offensive zone. Bennett, Rodriguez, Verhaeghe, along with Ekblad and Forsling for Florida. Face off of the far circle. Ekblad able to reach in and pull that free. Backhands it up to the blue line. McAvoy, good stick work to keep that alive. It was nearly a hand pass against the Bruins, but Florida touched it, and so on we go. McAvoy pinching down the near side boards to try to keep in. Did for the moment. Now Rodriguez plays it out of the zone. Hampus Lindholm and to keep away from Bennett. Verhaeghe, Pasternak. They get called for slashing the stick out of Verhaeghe's hands.
It's a late call, but yes, he is.
So both goals are empty right now as Bobrovsky goes to the Florida bench, and they'll whistle the play dead as the Bruins touch the puck. And now Marchand and Forsling get into a dust-up along the near side boards in the Florida zone, and everyone will gather in with 49.4 seconds left. Marchand's got Verhaeghe wrapped up in a headlock right now.
Marchand was involved with Forsling. Verhaeghe coming in, yeah. They just came together over on the half wall. Pasternak will get the slashing call and slashing it out of the hands of Verhaeghe.
So Florida will get a man advantage here. Swayman will have to go back between the pipes down on the Boston end. Marchand is headed to the locker room after taking penalty there as well. Two referees standing at the red line sorting out what they're going to call here besides the Pasternak penalty, which was the initial infraction in all of this. So even with the goaltender pulled, if they can get possession and get it up ice and get Swayman back to the bench, it would be an equal manpower advantage. Let's hear the calls.
Original penalty, Boston number 88 has 2 minutes for slashing. Boston and Florida players, both 4-minute minors for roughing.
That's going to be Marchand and
Forsling.
Forsling? Oh, Forsling's on the ice still. Looks like Verhaeghe's going to go up the tunnel. So the face-off will come down in the zone. What's that?
Forsling got nothing out of that?
Apparently not. They got Verhaeghe for it instead. And Forsling's going to line up at the left point here on this face-off.
Okay.
Bit of mistaken identity there.
I mean, Forsling and Marchand were into it right off the bat. That's whatever.
Well, face-off win here by Florida. Forsling will play it to the back of the net. Luostarinen is there. 44 seconds to go. So it's a 5-on-4 here for Florida as they're looking to kill the clock. Around the near boards it comes. Reinhart backhands it toward the corner. Luostarinen stepping toward the back of the net. To Lundell. Puck took a funny hop off the back glass. Hampus Lindholm will pull it off the back of the net with 25 seconds left. He is forced backward. Swayman still in net as Hampus brings it in front of the net. Now gets pressured from Reinhart. McAvoy backhanding one that ends up in Swayman's crease, and he took a shot from Reinhart, gave him a shot back with a stick to the legs.
Yeah, he didn't take a shot, but Reinhart gave him a snow shower as Swayman covered the puck up. That's all.
13.7 seconds left.
Swayman gave him a whack to the ankle.
Face-off left of Swayman. It'll be Zaka to take the draw against Reinhardt, rather. Bruins a long way from where they want to be as far as trying to tie this one. Lori gets the outlet pass to Peak. Swayman headed to the bench. Only 6 seconds to go. And the Panthers will get it cleared from the blue line. Luostarinen. The puck was touched with a high stick. Just 1.1 seconds to go. And the faceoff's going to come in the neutral ice. The Bruins with the net empty, but it's short. Pasternak, it's still just 5-on-5. And Elias Lindholm against Lundell on the faceoff. Panthers control it, and the siren sounds to end this one here at TD Garden as the Florida Panthers come to Boston and end a 2-game losing streak with a 4-3 win today over the Bruins. We'll be back with a recap coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Oura Ring 4 is the revolutionary smart ring that brings your health full circle. Track your sleep, activity, stress, heart health, and more with incredible accuracy. Oura Ring 4 is discreet and stylish, providing personalized insights to help you understand your body, all from the comfort of your finger. Sleeker, smarter, and made for you. Oura Ring 4 helps you get personal with your health. Learn more about Oura Ring 4 at auraring.com.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
The games play here.
Right there, Pasternak steers it to the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pasternak fires, he scores! David Pasternak! Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side. Go! Goal, bounces outside 20. Goodbye to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the